not all of you get to ride your place right now. We have the luxury in California. We can still ride during the day. Nighttime not so much, but during the day it's warm enough for us to ride. So I'm still waiting for you to come visit California, Bert. You've been talking about it for the last. You've been talking about it for the last 3 years.
Ooh.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Black shop party.
We're all coming.
Take
Merry
care.
Christmas,
Merry
Al.
Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you,
Thank you, everybody, for stopping by.
Go paint my Alan. Before you go paint my tour pack.
Working on it. I'm working on it. I was just halfway done before I joined the
But
chat.
wait. I don't think I want you to paint my tour pack. Don't you paint my tour pack? Go.
Yeah, don't you literally paint his tour pack.
We got a brush. Brush your
Use the
hand
minions for that, man.
No,
Get a roller.
You know,
Lights off.
Take care.
See you, buddy.
take it easy, mate. Good
See
night,
you.
pal.
Bye.
See you, bud.
You keep
He's out there with a
hand-painting
roll
tour
right
pack.
now. I got it done for you.
That's too funny.
He's got minions for that shit, man.
What do you say?
Go on.
I think he's still
Doesn't
talking.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Man,
Go
we're
on.
taking crossover talk to a new
You
level.
know this.
Hold
You know
on.
we've
This
known
is
each
our
other for like.
This
Dude,
is our
we've known each other
Christmas
for 5
party.
years now. We're past that whole what did he say joke shit now.
Never gets old.
Does that mean there was a
I
secret
wish I was
Santa?
joking, but I still don't understand you. But that's okay.
Says the guy that's all garbled.
Who's garbled?
You're
Are you
garbled,
garbled?
really bad.
We're garbled?
Yeah, I think your gain's up on the mic too high. You're getting
I
distorted.
actually think they're routed through the wrong mic. I think it sounds like
No,
it's the
that's only when
laptop
Bert
or
runs
something.
the audio.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you sounded very echoey a while back. So either
I
you've
feel
got
like
George
your audio's coming through the
in your mouth,
laptop,
or
not through the microphone.
yeah, I agree.
Through the road.
Bert is loud.
It's
Yeah,
through
he's
the
always
road.
loud, man.
Come
but
on, George.
he's
You're
extra
finally
loud
back
tonight.
to save the channel. Let's fix this shit.
All right, so
Click that again.
Kelly's here. What's up, darling?
Yeah. It's all right one. Click the road. And then let's
So Baggerbaiter wants to know what.
the volume coming through there.
Maybe
TV.
it could be, but then we do this. Is that?
It
is
sounds
that
a little better now. It sounds a little better, yeah.
I don't know.
So Baggerbaiter wants to know what rallies everyone's going to in 25. So
Great question.
George and Bert,
That's what I was
go.
gonna- Okay. Where are you going?
Jersey.
So, I have Daytona booked for the spring. I actually have both a campground and a hotel booked. So we'll see what I end up doing. Don't know yet.
Oh, so you're not planning on doing both. You're going to do one or the other. You just have both reserved.
Right.
Okay.
Because I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure when I'm down there, I'm not going to have like a full week off. So I will be doing I will have to work some and then come out in the evening on some of the days. So just to be safe, because I went to check out campgrounds, I found a KOA. It's like 40 minutes south of there, but I booked a KOA. And I also booked a hotel back towards Daytona. I got them both booked for now. So I'm planning to be at Daytona in the spring. I'm then doing a family thing in July in the Devil's Tank at Disney World for 12 days in July. I have to do that with the kids and stuff, so that's going to eat up a lot of my time. And I do still plan on going to I'm still planning to go to Sturgis. I don't have any of the details figured out yet for that, but I do still plan to go to Sturgis. And I just saw today, and I had sent George that Gettysburg Bike Week, which is really close to us. It's only a couple hours away. They've changed their location, which should make that event a lot better. So I'm going to probably get to that in June. And I have not ruled out banging down to Myrtle Beach for a day or so. I haven't ruled that out yet. So that's kind of all the things I have on my I don't know what the
To-do
words I'm
list?
looking for, but on my to-do list, and I'm hoping that to be able to get all those done. I really want to do all of them. I think I can, and I think I plan to. George is a different situation between his travel and taking care of his mom. He's probably not going to touch any of those with me, but that's all right. You know, it is what it is. You know, life. Other things in life are more important than the channel and riding motorcycles. So, but that's kind of the plan right now. What was that? Did you hear that?
That was me. I was like, what?
That was weird. So that's kind of like my plan. I don't know. Like I'm still like I want to get to the point where I can get out to some of these ones that we've never done. I really want to get to Arizona Bike Week. I just don't know that I'll be able to swing that in 2025 with this big
Not
trip
heard good
that I
things.
have. I've heard a totally mixed bag, and I just want to go
Yeah.
to just experience it. And I'm fully prepared for it to suck, but at the same
Yeah.
time, until I see it for myself, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of one of those things. It's the same thing with like restaurants and food. I really don't take anybody else's opinion. You say what you want until I try it and decide that it sucks. It doesn't suck.
I think you
So-
go like, I'm going to go to Arizona. It just happens to be when that rally's happening. That way, if it sucks, it's okay. I'm still just going to like Arizona, or
Right.
because I've heard, I heard in 25 a whole lot of vendors that were there in 24 will not be there in 25. Like a lot of like people are going,
Yeah.
we're out. You know, like
Yeah.
it went. So there's like where the vendor park is, whoever runs that, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, they were charging people like $50 entry to buy a ticket to get in to where the vendors were.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and it's not like the $50 went toward anything you bought. I could see that if you're like it goes towards your exhaust or whatever the hell you go do, but no, these people had to pay $50 to get into the vendor park. And so the
Wow.
vendors were as angry, and the vendors didn't know that. So they were as angry as the customers were. And they're like, we're not doing this. We're skipping it. So
I don't understand
a
the
lot
concept of having to pay to shop. That's ridiculous.
yeah, exactly. And
So this is
a lot
like
of
a
third
third
vendors I know that
party.
are
Is that
like
third
good
party
people.
charging people extra to get in?
Yeah, they're
Right.
covering a cover
Wow.
charge to get into the vendor park. And these are like really good vendors that are traditional, like really down to earth people. And they're like, we're not going to do that. We're out. We won't be back.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's
Ocean City
stupid.
tried to market that like that whole thing where you buy the ticket, get to the concert, and get to the exclusive vendors. And the reality of it was there
The
was
good vendors weren't in there.
the good vendors were in
Yeah.
there, and anything you could
It's still great, but the good vendors are not in there because the vendors don't want to be in there and rely on only the people that buy tickets
Right.
because they can get so many more from being at just the basic vendors place. But
Do we
before
just lose George and Bert, or is it just me?
You
No,
can't hear
they
us?
are pretty.
They're
They
still
are
there.
pretty low. To be fair,
You just got really quiet. I can't even
Yeah,
hear you
you
now.
did, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
way low.
All right, I'll turn this back up.
I thought my speaker was dying.
Can you hear us now?
It's
No,
distorted again.
not really.
Mate,
guys
you
need to
sound
use
like
the
you had a
podcast
fish tank.
setup.
To be fair,
I can't.
We made some adjustments. Hold on.
I mean, too loud.
George,
too
are you on the
quiet.
road?
Yeah.
Lower
What?
the channel. I think that's the issue, or lower the
We don't
output.
really have that.
No, we're on the USB road though, Bry.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
So
How-
Corey
how
says,
is that?
I think he meant Americade. Does Americade do that too? The Americade rally charge to get into the vendors?
You know what?
RC
Cool.
does, don't
Can you
they?
hear us? Can you hear us?
It's better now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Corey would have to. I've never been. Neither of us have ever been to Americade. So Corey would have to, expound on that because I don't know if they charge for separate areas or not. I have no idea. I've never been
I
there.
thought Americade was just like set up and you didn't have to do that.
I've heard a lot of negative stuff about. I've never heard anything good about Americade.
Well, the people who I know go are like the religious Americade people, and they like normally hit Americade, then they used to go to Laconia. So it was just like you go from one to the other because they're both like nice riding rallies. But the whole complaint with Americade is that the town of Lake George doesn't want it.
Yeah.
So the police were like hitting people with decibel meters and You were getting tickets
Yeah.
for exhaust. You were getting
Oh.
tickets for handlebars, and there was a lot of that stuff going on. I don't think it still does
Bef-
go down like that, but it's kind of not what it was.
Before we move on to anything else, let's go to Stevie and to Bry, and then to you, Monkey, and you guys talk about your plans for the 2025 and what rallies you may or may not be going to. Stevie?
So I think the big plan was to go back down to Sturgis again this year for the 85th, but I think that's honestly going to go out the window now with work. There's potential for me to be not even in the country at that point. So if I do have that 10 days off, I'm potentially going to ride down to Cali, if I'm honest, and try and do the PCH if I can. As far down,
sweet.
within 10 days and back up as much as I can. Or if that doesn't come off, Yellowstone potentially. Because I've been to Yellowstone bloody 4 times now, but I've never actually rode through Yellowstone or around Yellowstone. So I'd love to do that if I'm honest. But I think PCH, if I can get away with the PCH, I think that would be epic. To be fair, I love the PCH. I've done it twice in the car. And again, I'd never had a chance to do it on the bike because obviously, the previous times I did it was in like Feb, March time. And obviously the bike's at bed in bed at this point. So, we've gone down there for holidays or whatever. But yeah, I think the PCH would be great. 10 days, get as far down as I can within 5 days and then turn around, come back up, potentially a different way if possible. If we can get down to Vegas, we'll go through to right the way down the PCH to LA, come across to Vegas, then back up the way. I think that would be probably the best route, to be fair. But yeah, we'll see, man.
See Alan. If you're in LA, they're in Pomona. You can go see
Totally,
the
mate.
factory. Go do
100%.
a burnout in his warehouse. He loves that.
100%, yeah. I've tried to get down there. There's been a few drone expos down there because I'm in the drone business. There's been a few drone expos that I've not been able to get to, and I've said to Al a few times now, I'm coming down. Let's go for a ride, and then obviously it never came off. I was like, fuck. But obviously, if I go down there, then yeah, 100%. I'll get in touch with Al and we'll go for a ride together. But that's the main plan. I think there's some other things going on up here. It's called the Roland Barrage, which is a sort of a cross Canada ride, basically. From one side of Canada to the other, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. That's another thing I like to do when I can. It's all in aid of first responders, military guys, and it's all to do with PTSD, and everything that they raise goes towards to support PTSD, basically, and to support the work within the first responder community and the military community. And obviously being a veteran myself, that's close to my heart. My friend runs it, but I've never actually had the chance to do from one side of Canada all the way over to the other because it's like a month's ride, man. It takes forever to get across, so trying to take time off work, potentially maybe we'll see, but maybe next year. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. The Rally in the Rockies goes on every year up here, around Calgary, Banff and whatnot. There's some other things that we like to do. But yeah, I think the main thing, if I can get 10 days off this year and I'm around, I'm not out the country in the Middle East or whatever, then yeah, I think the PCH is going to be my number one, to be fair.
That'd be cool.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
What about you, Bry?
Baggers and Brews. The 530 Bikers is doing their meetup in Gettysburg in September. So we've already booked our hotel to go there. I've met Tony and I've met Percy, but I haven't met Ryan, so I'm pretty excited to do that. And it's close too. It's not going to be a big deal for Katie.
Right.
Frank's talking about doing a misplaced motovlog. We're talking about doing a 1K in a day just to do it. I don't know. Other than that, I want to try and do more destination filming. We'll see where that brings us.
Right.
I'd love to go to the Smoky Mountains. I don't know if that's going
not
to
much rally stuff, but like picking different destinations you want to go to.
Yeah, I'm not a rally guy. It was,
Yeah.
well, OC was fun because you guys and Colin were there and everybody else, but
Right.
I'm not a crowd person.
You would be with the right people. I believe that in my heart. Like if you were just like attached to us for a week, like
Well,
you'd have a blast, but
I
we'd
am
make sure
flattered
you'd
by
have
the
a
idea of
blast.
being attached to you, but no, I
Hey.
and it was like before we couldn't. I really do want to get to. Maybe I can get to Oktoberfest. We'll see, or Biketoberfest. I'll have to fly in, but still, because I got to keep the allure.
We have
Oktoberfest is a nice
bikes.
time too. I like
I appreciate
Biketoberfest.
Yeah, Biketoberfest is a little more chill. It's not quite as popping, as busy, so it's still a good rally, but it's not as swarmed as spring is. So I mean, it might be better for you.
I feel like Main
Yeah.
Street was more manageable in Biketoberfest than Main Street like in spring Daytona is.
How long did it take you guys to ride down there?
2 days. Well, not even.
No, a little over a day.
Yeah.
I mean, we typically rode down almost all the way and then finished in the next day. The next day we got there at a decent time by like lunchtime.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
So we ride from here to Walterboro, South Carolina.
Can you get there in a day? Absolutely. You can if you want to bang it out hardcore and you ride, 100 miles an hour all the way like, Superman of NJ does. You could definitely do it in a day, but like in a more reasonable fashion and a more comfortable fashion for old geezers like us. You can get all the way down to just about Georgia, in the first day comfortably, and then just bang out the last, half a day or less than half a day on the next day and actually get where you're going in Daytona, by like, lunch, a little bit after lunch, depending on how early you get up. So
I could always
it's not
fly
bad.
Katie
It's
in and
not
ride.
bad
It's
at
actually
all.
not a bad idea.
It's not bad. I mean, we've done it. It's not bad.
Question is, what's the weather?
The weather is the kicker, because both rallies, both the spring rally and the fall rally, have the potential for us leaving the Northeast to hit some shit. And
I think Biketoberfest is better for you guys than March, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it really is. We did March, and I've never frozen my nards off like coming home from spring rally in Daytona.
Well, at least
But here's the thing. Even if I couldn't go, this is an easy offer that I'm happy to make. Even if I couldn't go, Bry, fly into Palm Beach, where I live, and take one of mine, and you're 3 hours away.
Okay. I appreciate that.
3 hours is a bit much for Bry.
God, it's
so
nothing.
I can make
it's
Daytona in what? 4 days?
Oh, the Tsarina
the queen
is
is here.
Got hot. Don't hit my guitars.
Wow, way to leave me hanging.
Don't hit my
Mr. Monkey.
guitars now.
There she is.
My God, you look fabulous.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you say that like she doesn't.
You really do.
Hey, girl.
Tell me she doesn't look smoking. What is this?
Does.
Yeah.
Gosh, don't be silly. Hey,
What a
guys.
shot.
Wow.
How you doing there?
You guys up? Did you let your bikes out?
If Bry wanted to go to Biketoberfest, I said, even if we couldn't go, which we probably would be there, I'm like, fly into Palm Beach, borrow Alan's bike, let's be honest, not mine, and then just go to Daytona. Like,
I'll just bring it to Daytona at the tent and be like, yeah, it's my bike. Yeah. I just got it.
You ride up, Alan goes, isn't that mine? Yeah.
I'll use a Sharpie. I'll make it the Bry the Biker seat. We can make it work.
That's such a great outfit, you guys. Look at those Santa. Bearded men.
Bert's an elf.
So just be aware.
And 2 tickets to the gun show.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, Bert looks like a homeless Santa.
I know where you live, pal.
Do you? Is that a threat?
All of you, but Stevie. He lives north of the wall. I have no idea where he lives.
They won't let you cross the border.
The rest of you fuckers I can find.
Oh, wait, I hear a drone. Hang on.
Hey, Bill.
Remember, you can't click. This is theirs.
Yeah, I know.
What's going on, Mrs. Monkey? Where are you coming from? Where you been all night?
Oh, on my phone and helping the baby do her hair, and
Why is she doing her hair?
she's getting ready for a guitar tomorrow.
Oh,
She just-
so the little one's guitar singing rock classes are on Saturday mornings for 3 hours. So
you were
she wants
at the house. You were
Yeah,
home.
we're all-
Oh, I've been home all night. Yeah. Mhm.
I thought maybe you were out riding like real riders do, not YouTubers.
Ah.
It's you know what though? I would be mad if it wasn't totally true, because I can't tell you how many times I've been like buried in tools in the garage, and she's like, "Would you move all this shit so I can get my bike out and go for a ride?" I'm like,
By the way, I got riding to do, bro.
I got riding to do. You got to be rich, and I got to be riding.
Out of here.
Meanwhile, he's on his garage store going, "I'm with Papa."
Building a performance banner. Just get your shit out of the way.
Jesus. Mrs. M, are you still hanging around with Scouse ladies? I hope so.
I do. I still listen. They are great. They're hilarious. And I got now I can understand everything they say.
No, you can't.
Happy days.
No, most of it. Yeah, I listened to a podcast. Actually, because of our buddy here, I was like, wait a minute, they're Scouts too. So the first couple of podcasts, I could not understand anything they were saying. And now we're down. They're just really nice people. So absolutely. What is
Good.
that? Oh.
Do you wanna let him know next year what I'm saying then? Because he hasn't a clue what I'm saying all night long.
I feel like even the little translator earbuds wouldn't help me with Stevie.
With enough drinks, you could understand anything. You guys, it's incredible what you could achieve with the people.
I don't know
That's
what I'm
true.
doing. With the lights
I'm
now.
drinking pink gin and Corona at the same time, so it's going to be carnage
Oh.
soon.
Pink gin is a thing these days, isn't it?
Dude,
Oh, wow.
mate, this has been a thing in the UK for many, many years, and I think the North Americans are just catching on to it. It's so good.
My good buddy lives in Kent that I work with outside of the UK, and he was like, "You've never had pink gin before?" I'm like, "No." And then we were in Chile, and I'll tell you what, we tied it on hard one night on that stuff. Like it's good. Like
It's good, man.
pretty
You've
drinkable.
got to have a good tonic, a good fever tree tonic to go with it, and you're laughing.
What was the gin you got me? James May gin?
Well, James, yeah, but his is like Japanese parsnip or
Yeah,
something.
it's really strong.
Like
But it's good.
James May, you know who James May is, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Like Scouts, right?
Yeah.
So James May's gin is shockingly good.
He's my celebrity crush. I know.
He's
it's-
on her laminate list. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I know it's weird, but I like older guys. Huh?
Mm.
I like them smart. Huh?
I'm not smart.
Yes, you are, puppy.
She believes.
Wait,
she
I'm
believes
older
in
than
shit, let me
Monkey.
tell you.
Tell me
And
that.
She tells you why you are.
And
Obviously, you don't like the shaggy hair side. Obviously, that's not got nothing to do with it. No shaggy hair, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
he's just so good looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just an upside down head.
Puppy.
So did Brian Scouts, did you both finish your rally plans? I feel like we cut people off.
He did, yeah. Brian was giving it the big one with the rally plan, so yeah.
Yeah. We talked about Biketoberfest and then we cut you off. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That was about as much people as I can do. I'm gonna have to rest now to do that event.
He says he doesn't like the idea of rallies because of crowds, and I'm like, if you were with us though, you'd have fun. We make sure you'd have fun.
We don't like people either.
I don't like people either, but I like rally people.
We're antisocial.
Okay.
We are extroverted introverts.
Mhm.
I have to store it up and then I like spend it out and then I'm done for a month.
That's what we do. We
Yeah.
go out, we have a little, fun, and then we come back.
What?
You have your own posse at the rally. Don't tell me you're introverts.
No, but those
Who's
are
in my
people that we have
posse?
selected
Exactly.
to collect for our collection that are the best people on earth. Like like the people you like, like, but at the same time, Brian, I get it, man. You go, you have all your battery drained by the crowd, and then you go and you recharge. You need quiet and alone time, and then you go back out.
Mhm.
You just gotta,
That's it.
Brian hates
that's
to
the
say it.
secret.
We haven't seen.
Russell
We've
says
only seen
shots.
Brian once since our last New Year's party. That was it.
Shot.
Kate,
You do
Wait,
what?
you saw
won't
me
hang out with us
before
anymore.
that?
Yeah, and he saw Brian once. What are we shooting?
Oh.
I was at your
Kate
event.
won't hang
was
out
I
with us
not?
anymore.
Kate hates my guts.
I used up all my
Who does?
people skills then too.
Kate.
No, Kate's asleep.
She's fighting the cat.
Or she's drunk as fuck. I don't know. One of the
That's one of the greatest nights of my life. That was one of the
Wow.
greatest.
Not the birth of our child.
Nope.
Not the day we were married.
The night that off camera I heard I'm drunk as fuck. Like in the back. Like,
Last time I
was
saw
a
Kate,
great-
she threw herself in my pool to get away from me.
That is a true story. There is a live somewhere. Did you save it? Kate threw a water
it's-
bottle at Bert's.
It's got to be on there. I
Oh,
didn't
that was
delete it.
great.
It's there
no.
from 4th of July.
I was telling Nate that story tonight. Nate's like, she
Wanna
did
go
what?
hard or
I'm
what,
like,
you know?
I'm only having one. So I mean, if you
You're not gonna only have one.
if you ladies need to use a cup,
No,
that's
don't put lipstick on the
Mhm.
bottle. God, there it goes.
You know, like lipstick on your bottle?
God's country. You live in You live in America?
I will. I thought this was America. I'm sorry.
America.
I thought this was America.
He's
All
talking
right,
about the
well,
Great White North
that's cool.
and the Rockies.
Oh,
We were going around with our rally plans. You want to share our rally plans?
yeah,
plan.
we would love to because we've heard the other 3 people.
What are our
4
plans?
people.
Our plans are to go, to drink, and to have fun and come back
But which?
alive in one piece and
Yeah,
without
can I
an arrest
guess?
record.
Can I guess? Can I guess? You're
Go.
gonna go to Sturgis.
Can I guess?
And what's
Wait,
wrong
wait,
with
let me
that?
guess. Let me guess. You're
Oh my
not?
God, you're loud. Jesus
Listen.
Christ.
They're gonna be funny when they're old. Right now, he's like, it's like 80 years old. So
You got to listen.
I could
Fill
leave
us in
again.
with the details.
No, don't leave.
Give us the
We're
details.
gonna do
Date-
Daytona. I booked Cackleberry, so we'll be there for the bike week.
We'll do Leesburg.
We'll do Leesburg.
Still my favorite.
I
Of
we
the
were
local.
I was really the thing I was one of the most things I was most excited about is May. We were going to ride up to Smoky Mountain Harley and see Blackberry Smoke for their like what's it called? It's an event they play like 3
Yeah.
times. We were going to go see them. I was so fired up, and then I found out I have to be in Canada and Toronto for work that week, so that's dead.
Yeah.
So I can't do that now.
Canada is the worst. There's the worst people are in Canada.
There's two trips a year that I don't have any say in. Like it's like these are the dates and I'm going to be there. So I that's the week actually of that event. I'll be in Toronto. Then June nothing, July nothing. Sturgis this year is going to be fun. Well, it's always
I
fun.
don't know how we're gonna work it with the.
I have to figure it out. There's a 3% chance that I would go solo, which I don't feel comfortable with that, but because my dad's going. And if my dad goes, we don't have anyone to watch Killer out there. And no one can watch Killer but his mom, his dad, and his grandfather. Like, that's it. No one else can watch
You're
the
talking
dog.
about the dog and not your daughter.
No, that's both, yes. And so the dog is an issue. And so there's a 3% chance that I would go solo. I don't even know how that would work because that's our thing. So I would not like being alone.
Calculated it. 3%.
Yes, we did the
But
math.
Dad's going. He's going to be at Glencoe. He's bringing 2 of his buddies. I'm going to be at Steel Pony. Buffalo's going to be at Buffalo Chip. So people are going to be everywhere. But I'm going to leave from here and I'm going to go the long way through Alabama and stop and visit my grandparents' grave along the way.
Okay.
Spend one night, like stop, unload my bike, ride to where their grave is, hang out, go have dinner at the restaurant, like the family restaurant, ride back, load it up, and head out. So just be like one day, but still, and then get to Sturgis, do Sturgis, and then roll out. Tom's going, Daniel's going, Thumper's going, everybody's going, and then September is Smoke Out. But again, I don't want to go without her again. I don't like that. It's not much fun. I don't have a bike at a show or anything, so I don't even have to go. You know what I mean? Like, we're working on reinventing the build off this year. There's a couple of us working on like creating rules and trying to managing it that way, but we'll see how that flushes out. And then Biketoberfest, I thought I wasn't gonna be able to go until like 2 days ago. I might be able to go to Biketoberfest now, but
Rockabilly, we'd like to go to. It's not a motorcycle rally, but
Rockabilly Q?
Yeah, Rockabilly.
that's
Q.
January, and
That we
there
should
are
go to.
bikes there. That's
No, they
yeah,
have a
yeah.
show, but it's not really a biker rally. But it's still a fun.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to get a.
But we
room
could
of
turn
paint.
and burn that one if we have to. It's like 100 miles, I think, each way.
Yeah.
But Rockabilly Q is this like festival that they have like 4 or 5 locations around the country, and it's rockabilly bands, vintage cars, vintage motorcycles. Neat. It's cool. And they do it in Seminole Hard Rock Casino here in where the hell is that?
Out in the middle of
Nowhere.
Yeah.
It's really big in
Clearwater.
Southern California. Rockabilly Q is huge. There's another big one in Carolina, and then now they're doing this one. Yeah, it's ROCKAILL.
In the USA.
Yeah.
We'd like to take a ride down to the Keys at some point too.
Well, we have
see,
friends who
that'd
want
be
to go to the
sweet.
Keys because they don't know that it's not a great ride. So we would do that with him just so they could see it.
Yeah.
He's such a buzzkill.
But I'm taking a
Yeah.
shot because I'm male.
You guys are behind.
Shot.
No,
Shot.
no, don't.
Who
What
is it?
are you drinking, Bert?
I am drinking
Wait.
an 8.5% IPA.
I'm drinking 30% whiskey, so let's
But it's like
catch up.
second of the night.
Let me go and grab some port. I'll be back in 2
There you
minutes.
go.
I'll be the
Okay.
Did you
chunk.
say
Okay.
port?
Some poor-
Who wants to answer Dave's
Oh, I love me
question
some
that's on
pork.
the screen?
They have to be a gift.
They have to be a gift, yeah. They have to be a gift.
They have to be a gift.
Otherwise, you'll
It could
die.
be like from your
And they have-
spouse, you know.
They have to be
or-
from somebody who, yeah.
My phone.
They can't be from
Hello.
a random person. I feel like,
They can't be from a random person.
yeah, it's got to be from somebody.
So if a random person gifts it to you, it's not as
Ah.
good as if somebody who you like gifts it to you.
What
Doesn't
if
count.
it's a
No,
fan?
it's not random. It's got to be somebody who has an interest in, like, loves you. It's got to be somebody who loves you.
It's got to be, yeah,
So
an
hot
interest in your
chick that
safety.
follows my channel. I'm in.
Albert's
But
making
like
cookies
a
tonight.
good friend, you know, it could be a good friend, whatever. But so the new bike I had for 3 or 4 days before we realized I had no bell. So
I didn't
Russell
have
says
the bell.
close friend or family.
Where do you?
I didn't have the bell the whole time I was in Daytona last year because it ripped off of the bike as we were loading it up the ramp onto the toy hauler. So
Oh no!
I lived.
So somebody says, how are sales going for campsites at Sturgis? This is an anniversary year, so they're going to be sold out by like March.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
Like every campground will be sold out. As a matter of fact, I'll take that back. Steel Pony's already sold out.
Yeah.
Because my
You're
dad's
there.
at Glencoe because Steel Pony sold out and Glencoe's across the street.
But Steel Pony's advertising that Pro Monkey's going to be there. That's why it sold out.
Yeah,
Good to go?
that's what.
That's what I
I
saw.
already did mine, so catch up.
Oh,
Here, give me.
fucking hell.
I'll take a shot with you. Hold on, here,
Okay,
here.
never
Are we
mind,
ready?
never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I make a toast?
Yo,
Stevie, did
please.
you watch? Go ahead, make a toast.
Two absent friends.
Ching ching.
Salud.
What do you say?
Absent friends.
Oh,
Absent
Absent
friends. I like that.
so real quick before you guys move on, Stevie, I watched. I watched back. I didn't catch it live, but I watched your live from earlier today.
My life.
J-Mac?
Oh, yeah.
J- Holy shit, man! J-Mac.
Yeah, mate. Wow. Yeah.
So-
For those
so
that don't
guy-
know, obviously,
Yeah,
gonna
so
have to-
one of the guys that was a YouTuber when basically like when we got involved and,
Yeah.
and Stevie was already doing YouTube. J-Mac used to do live streams all the time. He was out in I
Yeah.
think California, right?
it was,
Yeah.
California, just south of San Francisco, I think it was, around the Bay Area. Anyway,
Yeah.
I never met him in person, but just through live streams and things like that. Cool dude. And just found out from watching your live stream tonight that he passed away.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Young. I mean,
Crazy,
younger.
man.
I'm definitely sure he's younger than me for sure. So
Oh,
He wasn't
wow.
old. He wasn't
yeah,
yeah.
super
No, he was
sad.
probably early 40s, I'd say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Early 40s. That's
That's
why I
tragic.
just said absent friends, because we used to spend hours and hours and
Yeah.
hours. But before this whole live stream went sort of viral, if you want to call it that, we used to
they
spend
were
hours
still,
and hours and hours.
small. They were still small, and there was just a handful of us on there, but we'd be on there for hours.
All the time.
Uh,
Every Friday night, we'd just get together. There'd be like 16 of us on the screen or whatever it was. Loads of people in the side chat. And J-Mac was one of the regular guys, and he was such a nice guy. He
What was
rapped, he did,
account? I
he
wanna
did all
see,
sorts of stuff.
I was trying to figure out his face. Like, what was the account? Was it JMAC or?
Yeah, it was J-Mac.
I think it was
I think he
J-Mac
had like a number
101.
after it, didn't he?
J-Mac
86?
101.
86? Okay.
Maybe. He's I think he's Latino. He had glasses like yours,
Yeah.
Monkey. Actually,
Yep.
He had glasses like yours,
Yeah, that's him.
Well,
yeah.
Wow.
he's young.
Top dude, really
Did,
good dude.
Did anybody? I didn't know you asked, but I didn't hear if anybody answered you as to what. Did anybody know what happened to him?
No, but I'll message John from Dad and Mad tomorrow. I know they were pretty, good friends. And I think what Larry said was he was found by his son, unconscious on the floor and passed away. And like this was 2 months ago, mate. 2 months ago, and I
Yeah,
didn't even know.
2 months.
Well, he has a
Crazy.
video 12 days ago. So
Really? What?
Well, I could have been scheduled
Well,
to drop.
he's very good at his editing.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Well, apparently Larry could be wrong. This is, this is
Maybe we
a.
should confirm before we. Peace.
JMac 86.
That sounds about
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a video drop 12 days ago, then 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago.
Hang on, let me look. 2 seconds. Let me have a look just to confirm because I know what he looks like.
He
so I'll have
rode
a look.
a Ducati ADV bike, kind of.
Might have to shoot him a message and see if he's. I mean, maybe he's not. I mean,
Jesus.
again, it's one of those
Can you
things somebody-
imagine?
This is
Can you
not.
imagine?
That's not him.
That's not him.
Can you imagine
No.
that? I've heard you're dead. No, man, I'm still alive. Fuck. Let me just
No,
have
Yeah,
a
he's
look.
got big glasses, kind of
No,
Filipino
yeah.
look.
This guy had a smaller channel.
No, that's not him. JMac 86 is not him, mate. He's got like Jesus Christ. He's got 387,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I was like, this is a big channel. Like, yeah,
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 no.
that's
He
not
had
him.
he had a smaller channel. That's not him.
okay.
I'll find it now.
You said
JMac
JMac with a number. I'm like, he's got big glasses. There he is.
Yeah, he did have a.
707.
JMac
Was it 707?
707. Okay, let me see.
Was it? It
I'm trying to
was
see if I know his
707.
face. There we go. Okay. I see now.
Yep. That's him.
Yeah, that's
JMac
that's
707. I don't know
that's
him. That's
He's
tragic,
got a
man.
little over 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
That looks more.
Yeah, that's him. Sad times, man. He was only a young man, He was a
Yeah,
young dude. He
right.
was just crazy. I was
Yeah,
saying on the live stream before. That's it, JMac 707. I have never seen a guy who could shotgun a beer quicker than him. He was unreal. He could outdrink me. But the only American I've ever met, and bet you shut your hole. The only American I've ever met that can outdrink me, which is bad.
Wow.
First of all, you've never seen me shotgun a beer. First of all. Second of all, with your light beers, you need to calm down. Okay.
Wait. I'm
Hey,
really
listen.
tired of the beer drinkers talking
Beer
trash. Like,
in England, that's more than like 5%.
isn't that just Diet Coke? I mean, come on. Like, come on.
You can't drink.
No, they
Like
don't.
black
What do they
stuff
make
at
in England that's
14%,
more than
that's wrong.
5%?
We have
Well,
used
tell you
probably
what.
7 or 8%.
Get out of here. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
he thinks they don't make more than 5% beer in England.
No, they don't.
Come on, American beer is weak. We all know this. Even I'm as an Englishman,
Scouts,
we
don't
know
you guys
this.
run 10, 12%? Like, isn't there some
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah. There's some heavy
Normally,
beers in the UK.
as a norm, as a kind of norm for like lager and whatnot, it's around about the 7 or 8% for lager and stuff. If you go to a UK pub, as you've been there, Monkey, you get the you get the normal commercial shit, which nobody likes, but the tourists order that. But then you go in, you dive deeper into the British beers and the British ales and whatnot. You're going past 7, 8, 9, 10, 15%. You've just got to find those local brews that they put on in these pubs that were built 1,000 years ago.
Isn't the typical Smittix like 8 in the UK or something like that? Like Smittix is even strong, and
yeah, man, yeah, it is, yeah, totally.
and what's
yeah,
the
it
other
is.
one?
There's also there's Hobgoblin. There's you name it. There's all sorts of weird shit.
I have had beers in pubs in the UK where you're sitting down and you have 3 or 4 of them, like with almost like a business meeting, and you stand up to go to the bathroom and go, "Oh no!" You didn't realize that these were like 30 proof beers you're drinking.
Yeah. to be fair though, mate, I mean I've drunk British beers since I was like knee high and whatnot, but my most favorite beer beyond outside the UK is German beer. I spent 18 years posted to Germany, man, so I got hooked on the German beer. And the one place I've always said, and I've spoke to the Baggers and Brews boys about this. There's a place in in Munich. It's the oldest brewery in the world apparently, and it's not the Löwenbräu, it's not anything like that, and it's phenomenal. It's my favorite beer. It is really it's a Hofbrauhaus.
Yeah.
You've probably heard of it, Hofbrau. It's like built in like 14 some shit, old as dick.
So a certain individual who's historically significant who started a war around 1939.
Yeah. He used to do his he used to have some union meetings in there.
Yeah, his very first speech was in the second story at the Hofbrauhaus in Munich.
Correct.
And one of our bombs conveniently removed the floor of that, but it's been rebuilt. But you can stand and look in the window and see. Yeah. It's the floor. The floor is the same, but the walls have been rebuilt because we blow things up really well in the UK and the US. So that room is where this individual gave their first shouting presentation. We'll just call it.
Corey says that the Brits need strong beer to make up for their bland food.
Hey, listen. You can't do me a favor, right? Don't compare Northern English food with the rest of the UK, please. Please don't, because
don't you just boil it until there's nothing left and then you eat it? Isn't that a Sunday roast?
So I'll just tell this: you've never had a Sunday roast like you've had a Sunday roast in the northern part of England. You've never had an full English breakfast like you've never had a full English breakfast apart from the northern part of England. Fish and chips, the best fish and chips in the world is in the northern part of England, in Liverpool, and whatnot.
My favorite.
I'm biased, obviously, but
it's the truth though. What is that? So Scouts, you'll know there's an Instagram account called Garrett Music or something. This guy's going viral. He's kind of famous.
The Irish.
Oh, he's Irish, but he's so funny. He ends every video with "Follow me, I'm delicious," and he just
yeah.
He makes me. The funny thing is, his thing was he's a musician. He's super talented, very good musician. But then he started doing videos where he just makes fun of Americans, Brits, whatever.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one where he kicks off at the Americans making a cup of tea in the microwave? Have you seen that one? Dude, he's goes to town.
The thickest Irish accent you ever heard in your life, and he makes you laugh like you would. He's just tremendous fun. Garrett Music is the name of the channel.
That's him. Yeah, he's funny, mate. So sort of on top of that, the Scouse accent comes from Ireland, if I'm honest, because 90% of the people in Liverpool came from Ireland, and that's where the Scouse accent came from. My accent, comes from Irish heritage, basically. So that's why we speak the way we do.
Anthony has a good question. He says, "Don't the Irish and Brits hate each other?" Yes and no, and it depends on where
and which part.
So I was at a meeting several years ago, and I was very tight friends with our Irish people. What I do, and I would always hang out with them and their spouses and just power drink with the Irish every night. And after we'd had many drinks, a Brit from London walked up and said, something, mate. And enough drinks were had that this individual said, "I'm not your fucking mate." It
Who said that?
It was the Irish dude to the British guy from London. It was on. There was no reason, nothing had happened. It was just on. And his wife just kind of went, just grabbed his face and the next day he was like, "I'm sorry, but after enough drinks, we decided we're just not going to tolerate the Brits anymore."
So I think Mrs. Monkey said it before, right? And this is why I keep saying about the distinguish between, or the distance between, you go to London, and most people who go to the UK go and visit London, and they have the experience of London, blah blah blah. What they don't do is go up north, Northern England, Midlands of England, and then beyond to Scotland, because that's a different kettle of fish, But I think if you ever, and a bit of advice for those that want to ever go to the UK, go to London, fine. Go see Buckingham Palace, go see the bridge, all of that sort of stuff. And then once you've done that, leave, go north, because then you'll find the real England and the real Scotland from that point on. You know, like I said to you guys before, you know, Liverpool is its own little country. We don't class ourselves as English. We don't. You speak to any Scouser and he will say, I'm not English, I'm Scouse. And, you know, Liverpool is its own little satellite state, if you want to call it that. And, you know, we're renowned as the most friendliest people in the world, or at least the most friendliest people in the UK.
It'll be
but
the friendliest bar fight you've ever been in.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I do miss home. I miss home for the sort of be the Scouseness of home, but I don't miss the UK at all. I hate the fucking
Do you ever
UK.
go back?
What it's become.
How often do
No.
you go back?
Never.
No?
I only go back and you know the whole absent friends things before was the only time I go back now is for a funeral or in case something's gone wrong. That's the only time I go back now. And the last time I went back was a month or so ago for my best mate Jimmy, who died in a motorcycle accident on his way up to see his dad in Scotland. And you know that was fucking horrific. It was the worst week of my life having to deal with that.
I'm so
But
sorry
you
to
know,
hear that.
no, and that, you know, that's why I did
Yeah.
the absent friends thing, because there's a hole where Jimmy was. He loved his club life. He was part of a club in the UK. You know, he loved bikes. And he was a Scotsman through and through. And you know, my regiment is a Scottish regiment. I spent 25 years with the Jocks, the Scots. You know, so I love Scotland.
I gotta
Sorry
cut
to
you
bring
off.
it
My man
down slightly.
My man wants to know if you like black sausage.
Yeah, it's called black pudding. Black pudding.
Yeah.
Black pudding. We call it black pudding in Liverpool.
Pudding.
Yeah, love a bit of black pudding, man. Black pudding's so good. It's made of pig's blood.
He's like
That's
Harley
exactly what it is.
Quinn. Pudding.
Which we have the equivalent. We have the Argentine, you know, black sausage is a similar thing.
Yeah,
You know, it's just
exactly that. Yeah. Same thing.
yeah,
Just different.
same thing.
You know, different
I've
name.
never had. You know what I would love to have is, and I've never had mince pie.
Mince pies. Oh,
Yes, I want to try a mince pie so I'll tell you what my fetish is. Great British Baking Show. I am obsessed. I've watched every episode
the Bake
50
Off.
times.
You love a
Yeah.
good Bake Off. Nice.
Yeah, the Great British, but only the British one. Holiday and the regular, and I am absolutely obsessed with that show. And I see some of these foods they make, and I'm like, I need that. So I need to go. I need to take a trip to the UK.
You should. Next time your man goes over, take a trip over, but do the London thing and then go north. I promise you'll have a better time. What's Johnny Stone saying? Parts of England look like crap Lakistan. Dude, I could say the same thing about America. Come on. I could say the same thing. It looks like fucking Guatemala, half of America, so don't get me started.
Every place has got its.
Exactly. Every country's got its fucking shitholes.
You go to parts of Miami and you're wondering where you're at. Yeah.
Why are you calling out New Jersey like that?
Yeah. Look at New Jersey. It's full of aliens. Christ's sake.
Gosh,
We do have drones right now. We do have drones.
You got
Yeah,
drones?
exactly what
Iranians,
I mean. Yeah.
You have drones?
Yeah, we have
Drones,
drones.
baby. Let's
You
go.
haven't seen that?
Have you seen the news?
No, I don't
Just
watch the
Google it.
news. I stay away from the news when I'm working. I get enough doom and gloom at work. I don't need the
We
news.
have,
What's going on?
We have random
just Google
drones
drones
showing
over
up
New
out there in
Jersey.
New Jersey, like big drones.
Random drones showing up,
And
and
no one knows what they
not
are.
with Amazon packages.
It's like national news.
I don't watch the news.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that.
You're
They're talking
extremely
about,
lonely. You are low.
No idea what they are,
Thank you,
though.
Nick.
They have no idea.
Chicken cock shot.
Chicken.
I'm
That
not
is not
Bert's favorite.
First off,
are we doing
y'all need
shots
to know
first?
that Nick is an
Yeah.
evil bastard.
I don't know what
Taking
a
a shot.
chicken cock shot is.
Well,
Is that shots? Is it? Is that someone say shots?
So this came
Ah.
last week during our live stream. It's actually really good bourbon. It's really good.
Chicken
Too good to shoot.
Right.
I
Come
got,
on then.
shoot
I
it.
got
Someone
two
said
of
shots. Let's go.
Fireball. Yeah, we're gonna go fireball.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Ooh.
He's got the
I don't want to shoot this, Nick. This is too good for that.
fireballs
See,
for
I-
So
women.
see how much is down? It's not much, but I bottle chugged that last week because Nick is
Fire-
an evil bastard.
And Jason.
It's so
And
full.
Jason.
Anybody like fruitcake? I used to. One of my big clients in Brazil made fruitcake, and I actually kind of like it.
She sounds like the Daleks
Oh,
from Doctor
shut-
Who.
What I was
Dalek.
gonna say is
Was it
Jason
me? Is it
tipped
me?
George and Bert $260 and said, "Ha ha, Monkey do shots." I'm like, you tipped them, not me. I'm not. I think that Bert should do
George has done so
26
many shots
shots.
tonight. You need to calm down. He's drunk as shit. I'm gonna have to take him home.
George is a
Who?
party animal.
George?
George.
No, he's not. He's
Yes,
still
he
wearing all
is.
his clothes, and
It's
oh,
all
he's fine.
it's all a cover for his.
Oh, by the way,
craziness.
babe, on the way home from the baby's guitar class, I figured I would stop at Guitar Center.
Oh no.
I got my bonus.
We're doing
this week.
shots
Oh,
or not?
jeez.
If we do stop, because I went whole Stephen Hawkins there on for like 10 seconds.
That was
Ready?
crazy.
Ready?
Wait.
Oh shit! Hang on, fuck! Hang on.
Here's
Ready?
to those that wish us well, and those that don't can go to hell.
Now in
Oh,
Spanish, the good one.
Cheers.
That's so
Salud, dinero
rude.
y amor, que belleza segura.
Oh.
Ching.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Oh my god. You guys use
You know,
that
you're
every
gonna have to
freaking
explain that to me. I don't
Best
quite get that.
toast
It's
ever.
it's from Jaws, but it just means a bow-legged woman.
She's
I
like,
know
Has
what
a-
bow-legged women, but
She's
why-
open for
Has a-
business.
yeah,
She's got a wide set vagina.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
She's built for comfort, not
Did you
speed.
say vagina
There you
on a
go.
live stream?
I'm built for
It's a
comfort. I'm
wide-
telling you.
It's
God,
wide
I don't-
set vagina.
I'm big like
Oh,
a truck.
We
that
get
says
it.
Yeah.
We get it. No, make a drawing, Bert.
Oh, hold
There
on. I
are
got
there
paper.
are 105 people watching. Make a drawing.
I got a
drawing.
I'll find a pen.
What's he making a drawing of? What did I miss?
Don't ask. Don't ask. Sometimes
You
it's
guys
better
get?
not to.
You got.
Draw
You
me
guys
like
must
one
get.
of your French girls, Bert.
I'm sorry, what?
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Ooh. So hey, speaking of Christmas, because somebody in the side chat was talking about Christmas, I'd like to go around the room and I'd love to hear what you guys do for Christmas or what your normal Christmas routine is, what your tradition is, whatever. Like what's going on for Christmas for you guys. And we'll start with Monkey and Mrs. Monkey, since they're the only couple on here.
This year we're reviving an old custom we used to do. So when my dad was alive, we used
I like to call it topless Christmas.
Would you
We're
stop?
starting this year.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
the top was Tuesday.
He
Scouse gets it. He gets it.
Shut up. We used to roast the pig in the ground when we were little. So we used to do that every Christmas Eve. That's a big Cuban custom. And then the older we got, my dad ended up buying an above the ground roaster, and we used to do that. So we haven't done that since he passed. So this year, part of Monkey's gift was a roaster, a big outdoor. They call it a Chinese box, but it's like a hachina.
Give us 10 seconds to explain this. I love this. So there's a product. It's made in Hialeah, Florida, which is the Cuban community in Miami. And the name of the company is La Caja China. And it is a pork roasting box. It's really well made, stainless steel lined, and you roast whole pig or whatever you want. Turkeys, ribs, whatever. It's a roasting box. But La Caja China means the Chinese box. And nobody knows why the hell it's called a Chinese box. But that the funny thing is the logo is even like Asian looking. But it's made by Cubans in Hialeah. But I love it. It's one of my favorite gifts I've ever had. So me and her dad would start drinking at 7 in the morning. And I'm not kidding. 7 a.m. you're drinking while you started roasting the pig for the family. And then at about, 7 or 8 p.m., it was ready to go. And her dad and I were just like using each other's shoulders to stay vertical because we were just wasted. And when he passed, we stopped doing it. But then this year, we at the same time, we're like, I want to get a Cachina, man. Like, I want to start that again. And she got us one. And Bagger Bader says he loves Chinese box. But anyway,
I just seen that.
How many years? 4?
Yeah, 20.
Yeah. So in 4 years, we're
shit.
roasting hog legs for Christmas Eve. And here's the funny thing: Tom is gonna be here. It just so happens they go camping for like 2 weeks over the holidays.
Lynn just joined.
And oh, she's here. So oh, Lynn's here. So Tom and Lynn and their boy are going to be with us. So I think our Christmas Eve is going to be sloppy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did you say sloppy and Chinese box in the same sentence?
Yes, a sloppy Chinese
Oh
box
Jesus! I can't. I joined.
full of
Good
pork
Lord.
and hog.
Wow. Relax, Klinger.
I should
What
be
are you
saying
doing,
moist.
Brian?
Oh,
Moist is a dirty
the
word. I'm sorry.
The
I'm
monkeys are
sorry.
gonna have Chinese box for Christmas. Military biker, what is your Christmas
headphones
routine
here.
look like?
So if I was in the UK, I'll give it you from my UK point of view because libtard Canada is not is not how we do things. Anyway,
Okay.
so Christmas Day, obviously, you get Christmassy and whatnot, but Boxing Day is big in the UK. So Boxing Day is when you go around to family. There's a big roast gets made by whoever's hosting, and then obviously you just get shit-faced drunk from literally. If you go around there at 11 o'clock in the morning, you start drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then the dinner comes out. The roast comes out at maybe 3 o'clock. You hoover that up, and you continue on to probably 3 o'clock the next day. That's the normal score. Unfortunately, I don't live in the UK anymore. I live in communist Canada, so I'm lucky to be able to do a roast over here. So this year I've got some friends coming around for Boxing Day. So we're going to try, as much as the police let me over here in communist Canada, do what we would do in the UK. But we'll see. We'll see what
So
happens.
what time should we be over?
Well, you come on whenever you want, love. We'll start drinking as soon as you guys arrive. 7 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. So in essence, as an Englishman, stroke half Irish, stroke half Scottish, I will be drunk from tomorrow morning through till the 2nd of January, 2025.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That works.
And I salute you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I salute you back.
She doesn't know that it's like
There's a whole
-2 degrees.
topic. Why do we salute like this and you guys salute like this? What happened there?
So, well, if you look, the Navy, our British Navy salutes like that. Our RAF salutes like that, and our British Army salutes like that, right? It's because of tradition that spends, 1,000 years, if you want to call it that. Years ago, it used to be part of a respect thing where you would show your hand to the Queen or to the King at the time. Now, the Navy does this for whatever, Navy gay ass reason they do. The Navy, they do Navy shit, man. It's bizarre. They float around in the ocean, eating cabbage and sucking each other off. So it's a different kettle of fish.
Wow.
So
Navy.
I actually love the British tradition. Like they've got some really cool shit. Brits are we are of the Brits, right? That's the truth. Like the same sort of passion for silly shit. And the first time I did the tour of the tower, and then at the end of the night, I love it. At the end of the night, they tell the story. Y'all are gonna love this.
Bottom of the screen, and that was
Shut up, man! Christ.
This is not fucking live, bastard.
You guys want a drunk?
Well,
Eric?
it's half
You
yours,
got 'em.
half mine. Let's move forward.
Shut up, Toby.
So one of my
Careful.
favorite stories on earth.
Careful what you ask for.
If you're somebody who loves military tradition, you'll love this. So the Tower in London, the yeoman warders live there. Tons of tradition, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, the
During
beefeaters. Yeah.
war, they every single night since what year, Scouts? I don't know. Freaking 12. The year 12. I don't know. Ever since then, every single night they do a tour of the tower, make sure it's secure. They lock the tower, and at midnight there's a tradition where they say, "Sir, the tower is secure." Ding. Like it's got to be right on time. Like they're very much like us with that sort of tradition. So every single night for I don't know how many hundreds of years, the tower goes through the same security measures, and then they declare that it is secure at 11:59 and 59 seconds, so that when the senior yeoman warder says the tower is secure, the bell dings right as he says that. It's really cool stuff. Anyway, in
I think it's
1940,
800 and something years, mate. I think it is. It's
yeah,
all to do
it's
with when the last
crazy.
time the crown jewels were robbed. So somebody robbed
Yeah.
the crown jewels so many years ago, and that's when they started doing that. Funny story. There's only 2 ranks that can do that job, as the beefeaters we call them, is the yeoman, as you said, is a warrant officer class 2 and a warrant officer class 1. I actually got offered the job to be one of those guys, and I was like, I can't. I'm moving to Canada, so I have to
You
turn it down.
basically have to be a career military man to be
Correct.
eligible. You have to have
Exactly.
given decades to be eligible. Anyway, so in 1942, I don't know what years, they do that ritual every night for hundreds and hundreds of years. During the war, the tower was hit with a bomb. During the process of the closing of the tower,
That's it.
and the senior yeoman warder writes a letter to the king, throwing himself upon the grenade, saying, "We failed, sire, to execute properly by midnight because a bomb had been dropped on the tower during the nightly closing." And so he was like, I throw myself at your whatever. So this is like a senior officer saying, throw me out of the military. I should be punished. I should be this because I failed to execute the closing on time. And the king wrote a letter back that says, "We'll let it slide this time." Because literally, like, as he was like, he's sitting there reading this letter saying, like, "Oh, sir, I should be flogged. I should this and that. I failed to close the tower on time." And one of his aides, he just looks up at one of his aides and goes, "Weren't we bombed last night?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, a big bomb hit the tower." And so the king wrote a letter saying, like, "We'll give it to you this one time." Because they were like, evidently this guy dodged a bomb from the Germans and then still closed the tower at like 12:02 or whatever.
So I know that's that story, right, is legendary within the British Army. So they shut down the Tower of London, that aspect of it, for 2 days. And after that, this is during the Blitz, the 42, the Blitz that went on. And it's shut down for 2 days. And after that, for the rest of World War II, exactly while we're getting bombed left, right, and centre, that was the only time throughout the whole of, I think, 800 years, which shut down for 2 days. They did not do for 2 days for 800 odd years, I think it was. Crazy, absolutely crazy.
The same day that I was on that tour, they took us to the chapel inside the tower where I'm not going to say it incorrectly, so I'm not going to, but there's a chapel inside the tower where there's multiple royals buried, and the yeoman warders, these guys don't have a sense of humor about tradition, right? Like, so they were like, when we go in the door, they've been friendly the whole morning, but they're like, when we go in the door, shut off your phone. If you have a hearing aid, shut it off. If you shut off every electrical device out of respect for where you're about to walk into. We walk in and sit down, and they're giving a presentation about the royals that are buried in the floors of the room we're sitting in inside the tower. And all of a sudden, some electrical device from the guy 2 seats down, like right here, starts chirp, chirp, bap, bap, bap. I don't know where it came from, started making noises. And one of the warders runs down the aisle and gets in my face and is like, "I told you to turn off whatever." And I'm like, "Dude, it's not me. I don't know what it is." And all of a sudden it chirps 2 seats down. And he gets in this old man's face and starts tearing, like screaming in his face, "Get out, get the fuck out, get out of my chapel." And the old man, like, he just runs him out. It was their translator. It was the translating device from the tower that you like rent that translates in real time. And it malfunctioned and started making all these squealing noises. And now the great thing is that a few minutes later they said, "We need to apologize to everyone. It was not his fault. He, et cetera, et cetera." It was a technological, but like, this guy was here, and I was like, I didn't do shit, man. Like,
the closest thing I can put that to, because I know exactly what you're talking about, and there's other places where that happens as well. The closest thing that I can put that to is Arlington, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When that happened, that's the closest thing I can put that to for you guys, to sort of relevance wise. This is sacred ground, man. That place and Westminster Abbey, where our Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is, Both of them are just sacred ground, and it's treated as such. And you've seen what goes on. I've seen it firsthand in Arlington, and it's phenomenal to see. It's similar to. Do you just do a shot? Wow.
It was for Nick. He demanded that I do chicken cock cubes.
Bry, Beth, George, let's go. Come on.
And you're still an ass.
I'll tell you guys that my goblet is 200 years old, by the way, this one here.
No.
Passed down from rank to rank to rank.
Was that like the Holy Grail?
It looks like a beaker. Is he like doing a science project?
No, so this obviously I left the army at a certain rank and a certain job, and this goblet is part of my regimental heritage, if you like, and it's 204 years old, I think it was, for the first guy that did my job 204 years ago. So cheers.
Wow.
That's amazing. I do have to say, and this is in no way diminishing what Scouts just said, because that's incredible. Like that's amazing. But I also think that if you look at Twin Cam Tom's comment from 1032, Tom should go fuck himself.
What did he say?
He said, "I love Anna's new street glide," and these are my friends, and I think that Tom should go fuck himself. I'm just saying.
Who's
I'm
Anna?
just saying.
What am I missing?
Is that a bad go fuck yourself or a good go fuck yourself?
Very bad.
Thanks, Hopkins.
Very
Thank
bad.
you for joining the membership.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe it's a nickname for the folks that served on riverine boats in the Delta or the river.
Drunk Bert has arrived.
Vietnam.
Drunk Bird is here.
Announcing drunk Bird platform 1.
You gotta listen.
So if y'all don't know, Baggers and Brews are running this live. I should have said that. They're running this live. So I can't show your comments and stuff.
They're just doing it to run their time.
What?
What? Who?
What'd you say?
I said you're just doing
Hey,
it to
Nick,
run
that's a
your
good
time.
point, Nick. Scouts, Bud, why aren't you live streaming this on your channel?
How'd you do that?
There should be a button in the upper right hand corner. So this is George and Bert's live.
Your fucking audience.
Yeah,
Oh.
it goes on your channel. So this is George and Bert's live, but so that more and more people see it, it gives us the ability to like throw it out to my channel and your channel and Rye's channel, and like everyone can see it. So
I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. I told Ben and George before. I cancelled my fucking StreamYard, so this is a new thing.
Who
Now I
is
know.
Russell McDonald? Who knows Russell McDonald? Which one of you clowns know Russell McDonald?
Monk.
he's a
See,
friend of
funny
all of
here?
us. Yeah.
No.
Russell's in all of our lives.
He's not my friend if he thinks I'm sloshed.
Do you say
You didn't know? I'm just saying you didn't know. Like you
Did
didn't know
say
you're sloshed.
You
Like
think you're sloshed?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, suck a fat one, sloshed. I'll tell you when I'm sloshed. You don't get to
Gay
decide
Bird
when I'm
has
sloshed.
arrived. He's drunk.
I decide when I'm sloshed. You guys just
so
sit
what I
back
can't wait.
and enjoy the show.
Now we're live. We're live on the Military Biker YouTube and on Facebook page.
Yeah.
That's not my name.
I am so sorry. I should have said that earlier. I thought, you can simulcast all the different channels. Yeah.
I didn't realize that's obviously. Can I just say, by the way,
No. It's a new
do you
thing,
like
right?
do you like my President Trump fucking bottle opener?
Somebody with some appreciation for perfection.
No, Trump, man, make America great again. Let's go.
Make drunkenness great again. Woo!
So,
I
so
love-
just
I
out of
love-
curiosity,
I
Bagger
love
Bader,
Big D, man. He's great, man.
what
I
would
love
that
Big D.
holiday be called?
That holiday would be
It'd be called Listen.
Listen.
What's that off? Listen. What's that off?
came from one live stream and into another. Okay.
Sloshed.
Well,
Day.
Busted Knuckle. So Busta says he
his
canceled
live
the
stream.
StreamYard. Yeah, we got. Sorry.
Moon pie.
What's
Look
up,
at the
Moon?
stylish hair. Leave the hat off. I want to see the hair. Bert, lose the hat.
Oh,
The
Look
look
at that hair.
Woo!
Luscious
He's a
locks.
sexy hipster.
So Nick says, I'm still an ass. Here's $20, but I can't click it to highlight it. Again, this is George and Bert
Holy
Live.
shit! I
They
can click
run-
it to highlight it. Nick, you're the man.
Damn it.
Hey,
But you know
fucking
what, though?
Bella.
Nick's wife makes the best Christmas cookies I've ever had in my life.
That's right. He didn't tip you; he tipped us. We get to talk about his wife.
Okay,
I heard-
go ahead.
I heard she makes really good cookies.
Who does?
Well, then they can do the shot then, Nick. Eh? How you like that?
Some level awesome ride. What does that mean? Just got back from level awesome ride.
Level awesome ride.
Might be a mistype.
So Smitty is in Australia, mate.
Smitty.
Hello,
Nick, I'll tell you,
Smitty.
we're running short on the salted chocolate chip. Those are already almost gone.
Ooh, salted
The,
chocolate.
Ooh, cookies.
Oh, dude, Nick's
Ooh,
wife
tiny,
makes
we're
cookies
tiny.
that are insane. Like
I don't see it. Oh, there she is.
one of them are peanut butter
Oh,
sandwich
shit.
cookies
That's
that
my
she
good
has drizzled in white
Oh.
chocolate.
Mm.
It's insane.
That sounds really good.
Drizzle my nizzle.
Faux
For shizzle.
shizzle.
Shizzle about this.
Drizzle my nizzle fizzle.
Bizzle,
Ah.
gizzle, gazzle.
That's the most American he sounded.
All night.
Fuck you, man.
Shit.
Took 8 hours before he sounded American.
Oh fuck.
I hate
Sound the method if you
country.
want, like.
Karen and Stacy are upstairs talking shit about all of us.
It was
Not
probably-
just
Lynn,
us.
we'll be there Christmas, I'm sure.
Not just all of us. All of us.
What are you gonna do?
So Lynn says we should come. So if you don't, so Tom and Lynn are going to camp really close to us from the 24th to the 27th. They're going to come to the wife's mom's house for Christmas Eve. So Christmas Day, I think our little one is going home with my mother-in-law. So yeah, Lynn, we'll be at your place probably that night. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place.
Party.
Oh, new member Bob Hendren. What's up? Thank you, Bob. So my question, Monkey, is I know it's July and I know it's hot, but why can't you make your way up to Orlando for a day in July?
Done.
I mean, we could just do dinner at
Yeah,
Disney Springs or something.
yeah. Let's go to the Irish place and get us thrown out. That'll be the goal.
That's
I would
gonna
like to
be
go to the Irish place because the last time I went to the Irish place, we had just had. So I was overseas working and making killer money, and
Did you say
I booked
twerking?
it. I booked Disney, and I booked the deluxe dining. Do you know what deluxe dining is?
Back in the
Yeah.
day, yeah. They don't. I don't think they have deluxe dining anymore.
No,
But
they
yeah,
don't.
back in the day.
But the deluxe
Back in the day,
dining was,
stupid.
it was essentially more food than you can humanly consume,
It
and
was
on,
stupid.
hang
It
on.
was
Hang on.
stupid.
Did you say
stupid.
deluxe dining in an Irish bar?
Well, it's part
Yes.
of Disney World, though. Yes,
Oh fuck!
but
It's not a fucking Irish bar. It's a fucking Disney World.
But every person got their own appetizer, their own entree, their own dessert. It was stupid. Like if there were
and
How
we
much
had
was how much was a
and
pint
we
of
had-
Guinness?
so we had booked something for lunch at like lunchtime with the deluxe dining, and we ate that, and then we had booked the Irish joint over there at Disney Springs for dinner. But there was no way, man. There was no way you were eating that lunch and then eating that dinner. And we got to the Irish joint at dinner time, and ordered our food, and neither of us freaking touched it. And like we ate so much food that day. So I would love to go back and eat at the Irish place because I've never actually eaten there. I've ordered food there and never eaten
It's
it.
legit good. Legit good. Like
There's your first
I believe
my
mistake, boy.
favorite memory there. My favorite memory there is that the family, we're talking me, my wife, my daughter, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my niece, my sister-in-law, like the whole family went to Disney, and they were all doing the shopping thing. And my father-in-law goes, "Hey, you want to go to the Irish bar?" Now, what that means is me and my father-in-law were about to drink 12 bottles of whiskey. Like it was gonna get bad. So we go to the Raglan Road pub, and we sit down. And the server walks up and he grabs the menu and he just goes, "I'm sure you have flights of scotch." And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "We need all the flights for each of us."
Oh, shit.
And the guy was like, "I don't understand." And he was like, "You have like the low level and the high level." He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "We need those for me and those for him." And the guy was like, "It's party time." And they brought multiple flights of scotch for me and then a whole other separate set for him. And by the time we finished the cheap scotch, the good scotch, and then the really good scotch, my mother-in-law, my wife, my daughter, they walk up and we can't even stand up. Like we are freaking plowed in the bar. So we decide we should have dinner there because it's easier to move us from the bar table to like the dinner table. It was rough, man. It was really, but that was when I discovered Cragganmore, one of the best scotches I've ever had in my life, and it was actually on the inexpensive flight, and it's really now it's expensive. No, Cragganmore is expensive now, but it was cheap then. Now it's $75 a bottle. It's not, it's not insane, but I mean, like, it's not a $30 bottle. It's gotten high, but
I feel like there aren't many $30 bottles of scotch out there. I mean, that's just even Lefroy, which was never like crazy, is now like what, 80, 85.
yeah. But Cragganmore's really good scotch. I really enjoy it.
Look at Piney.
To be fair, if it's an Irish bar, it shouldn't be serving scotch. It should be serving Irish whiskey.
Well,
Proper.
How much Jameson can you sell?
So, well, Jameson. So my ex squadron leader was called Harry Jameson. Guess which company he owned? Guess which company his dad owned? Correct.
I'm a fan of it.
Dude, to be in my regiment as a cavalry regiment, Scottish cavalry regiment, you had to be wealthy, an officer to be in my regiment, right? And Harry was the sort of heir of the Jameson whiskey.
Sounds gay.
Unreal. It's very gay. If you class whiskey as gay, mate, then happy days.
Okay, so Nick says that's not expensive scotch. I can't click it, but look, I'm a descendant of Arkansas rice farmers. An $80 bottle of scotch is expensive to my people.
To my people.
You shouldn't be eating in an Irish bar anyway. You should drink enough whiskey and enough Guinness not to eat. That's the rules.
But
Irish whiskey,
Irish whiskey's easy to drink though. Irish whiskey's smooth.
It is
really, really easy to drink.
Guinness isn't.
Well, yeah, but like bourbon, good bourbons are not easy to kill. You can't just murder bourbon. You'll end up on the hood of a police car.
What the
hood of a police car, eh?
So Bob Hendry just nailed it. I like a bit.
What's that?
Yeah,
You sound really low, dude.
Me?
Who does?
How about now?
Bry's really low.
Better? Hello.
I hear him.
Hello.
So Bob says, I like a bit of good scotch and a lot of cheap scotch. That's strategery. And the same thing applies to beer. Because you don't just drink good beer all night. What's the point? Because after the third one in, you can't taste it anyway. So I feel like you do your good beer, Come on, you know I'm right. Don't give me your bullshit. You have your like 3 good beers, and then you go to bulk beer because you can't. Your taste buds are murdered after like the 3 good ones. It's totally a waste.
It's true. You start with a if you go out with the boys, right, you start with a medium level whiskey, right? And as the night progresses, you start being a bit more confident. You bit more of this. You start escalating the whiskey because it costs, right? And that's how it goes. And then you wake
But
up
it's
the
a
next morning.
waste because you
haven't got
kill
a
your
fucking clue what
your
you've done.
taste buds.
Totally.
Mm.
Totally. The amount of times I woke up the next morning thinking, "What the fuck?" from the
Thank
night
you,
before.
Anthony.
Like,
It
and
should
you look at the
start
bank account.
good and go cheap. You should start high end and then go low. But
You
it's not what
should.
happened.
No,
Yeah, no.
totally. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Never happens that.
Anthony, I think you need to experience a hangover just so you know.
Never been
You
drunk
need
before.
to know.
What? Don't suffer
I'm just
from
saying.
that. That sounds like a very tongue-in-cheek comment.
It's kind of a little bit.
Shots.
Craft brewers over there. So
Did someone say shots?
Hold on. Yanni Stone. Over
You guys have a lot
where?
of craft brewers
So
over there.
where is
Oh.
Yanni Stone from?
He's Australian. Yanni's an Australian.
So I assume he's talking about America in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. We pretty much have. You can't throw a freaking rock without hitting a craft brewery nowadays. So yeah, we have a lot of craft.
See you,
breweries.
Kelly. Sorry, Kelly's going to bed.
It's a beautiful thing, actually. I love it.
What was that place we
Kelly?
went to in Gettysburg, man? What was that called? The 2 places we went to, remember?
Shit. That wasn't a brewery. That was just a bar restaurant.
One of them was a brewery, though. The first one we went to was a brewery, and then we went the other one, which is more of a bar restaurant, and then we ended up in the fucking Irish bar downtown.
Well, there
Shitface
you
drunk.
go. You just summed it up. What are you asking me for? You knew
What
all
was
the
the
answers.
place? What was the brewery called in
I don't know.
Gettysburg? Because it was really good.
I wasn't driving, so I don't remember anything.
That was a really cool place, man. Was it the first one? Yes, the first one we met you guys in was the brewery. Then we moved on to the second one, which was a more of a
yes. And I don't know what that was called.
What was it called? Probably Gettysburg Brew Co. or some shit. But it was really good, mate. The beer in there was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I do remember
forgot
that.
about that. I forgot about the brewery that we met you at, but then we ended up going to the bar where we had a good time at the bar.
Yeah, man.
So.
Remember the bar? Like it was an Irish bar, wasn't it? With the girl upstairs with the live music and
yeah.
So good. I had a fucking head like a bear's couch the next day, man.
Did I come off as snobbish? No. We didn't mean. Nobody thought you came off as snobbish.
Oh man, jeez, no,
not at all.
No.
Stay drunk. Don't ever experience a hangover. Stay drunk.
Yeah, I can't wait for mine tomorrow.
Monkey's pooping.
Appalachian. Pani Princess has got it. She's got to look Appalachian Brewing. Appa Schnitzelgruben Brewing. That's it.
Is that the veteran biker?
I don't think so.
I don't either because I don't think it's spelled like that.
Oh no, that's that's the other one. He's from the UK. He looks like a fucking lunatic from his
Orlando
picture. I know he is.
June.
Appalachian.
No, I'm coming to Orlando in July. Right after 4th of July, we're coming down for like 12 days. Not June. So
that's it.
So when
Bonnie Princess knows
when.
Was that a question?
When do I go to Orlando, dude? Like when?
Oh, well, I mean, I'll give you the dates. I was trying to, keep it offline because these creepy stalker people,
No, nobody's gonna come to Orlando looking for us, dude. It's not gonna happen.
Nobody wants to go to Disney World. What?
No one gives a shit, dude. Like
only
just
your
saying.
under 12 fans will.
Yeah, I have to look. I don't remember my dates.
So this is what happens. Let me share this with the world.
Listen.
Like we're coming in June, and then all of a sudden I get a text that says I'm going to be in Fort Myers tomorrow. Like, well, that's 120 miles away. Florida's very long. What am I going to do with that?
Monkey, Mr. Monkey.
Yo,
What?
get your hand is like,
What did I do?
I don't know.
I don't know. I brought a workbook up. It was a workbook.
What day should I go to Orlando next year?
So it's going to be your choice, but I'm going to be there from Monday. Yes, please be there on Monday.
That's all
I'm
you're
gonna
getting,
be
mate. At this
Monday,
point. Fucking Monday.
Monday 2025.
Why does he sound like he's in a NASA space shuttle?
That's you.
That's me.
Yeah, that's
You don't
You
think
know, this is bad.
military biker sounds
Yeah.
okay? Yeah.
Bert's
So
yelling
we're
loud
gonna
enough,
be
you don't need
there.
YouTube to hear him.
TJ, we're going to be there from the 6th of July to the 18th of July. So whatever works for you in that stretch of time, I can make work for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm open, man. I mean, we're there for what is she putting on it? Appalachian Brewing.
That's the
like
brewery
World
that we were at. Remember, that's the brewery we
Oh
met
yeah,
at Apache Land Brewing.
that's why I made her. Her memory is good.
So that weekend of the 11th through the 13th, that time, sometime in there, we'll do it.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
Just let me know.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, anytime that weekend. Like whatever you guys pick. If you prefer Friday or Saturday, whatever, you let me know.
Okay.
Dude, Orlando's kind of awesome. Also, like Orlando, like Veteran Biker says, why Orlando? It's all plastic and tourist. It's also kind of awesome. Like,
oh, there's a lot of cool stuff in it. What the? You want to know why I'm an evil bastard ass monkey about Ardbeg?
well, Ardbeg is a really good scotch. The reason why Nick is an evil bastard is during our live streams, he picks the worst liquors and has them delivered to my house. Not this.
Hold on.
This is good.
Hold on. How do you pronounce that?
Ardbeg, I don't know the second word.
That's not accurate.
Scouse, what's the second word?
Who popped in?
Ugadale?
Which one? What next comment?
The one that's on the screen. Ardbeg Ugadale? Is it Ugadale or what? You bastard!
What the
I
hell?
think
Who's
so.
here?
Holy
The
sexiness!
cinematographer
What the
himself.
hell?
Yellowstone rep-looking motherfucker.
Spielberg is here.
And he can't hear
And he
shit.
can't
because
hear
he's
it.
over here.
And
Of
he said,
course.
"Fuck you guys
We
out."
are not worthy.
course.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Of course,
shit.
when he turns his camera off,
you got
all
your
the
face-
lights
all
colored.
right. What
It is the Full Throttle
What
Hog.
is
What's going on, sir?
The throttle hog in the house.
He missed all the insults. We were yelling insults, but you didn't have your earpiece in yet.
Oh no, I heard him, boys. I heard him, boys.
So we called you fucking Spielberg and everything else. You missed all that? What?
Now,
Looking
He
good,
makes the rest
Ryan.
of us look bad. Who invited him?
Oh, he's
Oh
gone.
my god.
Done
They
again.
are nice color bars, though.
He's got all the fancy
Filmmaker and
equipment.
content creator. Look at that.
George,
flex.
click the button so we're not so spread it out. Can you make it to where we're like you can see us all, or you know what I'm talking about? Or am I just am I full of shit? Maybe I'm full of shit.
I think you're full of shit.
Oh, that doesn't work. Never mind. It cuts George out. We don't want that.
That's proper.
I mean, I don't mind.
I mean, we haven't seen him on the channel all year. What's the difference?
No,
Oh,
Busted. Busted.
Oh no, we don't want
Busted
that.
says Monkey needs to drink Malort. Y'all can go to hell with that stuff. Malort is. Have y'all had Malort before?
Can you guys shut the hell up and let freaking Ryan have the stage for a second?
Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi there.
How you doing, guys? Good to see you.
Mate,
He
you're
said
looking
hello.
good.
What's going on,
thank you.
sir?
Thank you. Oh, just trying to live life right now. I'm currently in the middle of becoming a plumber because I've got a flood in my house.
Oh,
shit.
Oh.
So, yeah. So I've got this whole snake doodah thing that I finally just said, screw it. I'm going to come over and hang out with you guys for a minute because I need to get some stuff done. But it's great to see you guys. Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
Likewise,
you,
man.
man. Merry
Likewise, mate.
Christmas.
You good?
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, man. It's good to see you. We're glad you popped on. I'm sorry you got some plumbing issues going on. But Monkey is drunk. The Bry's not drunk because he hasn't drank anything all night. Stevie's a little bit tuned up. George is not drunk. I'm totally drunk.
There is some vodka in here, not a whole lot, but
It's pink though, so we just kind of dismissed it as being kind of a LGBTQ kind of thing.
it's yeah, it's pink Moscato, so don't judge.
Pink
Just because I'm
Moscato.
bougie.
So what I missed? What did you guys cover?
Oh my God, what did you miss?
Being drunk,
It's kind
that's
of
what
hard to
you missed.
recap the last 4 hours, but you missed a lot. I mean,
4 hours.
I don't know. I mean, I may be exaggerating. 3 hours. 3 hours.
3 hours.
But tell us what's going on with you, man. We haven't seen you. We haven't seen much from you lately. Oh, he's gone again.
No,
all right.
I'm still here. I got to figure out what's going on. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. So hello to everybody in the side chat. Merry Christmas. And yeah, no things. If you guys want the quick version, I had to take a step back. Things were getting a little out of control. For me, it was not necessarily burnout. It was more that I started neglecting some important things in my life that I realized that, hey, it's I was becoming obsessed. I was becoming obsessed with analytics. I literally was turning into this thing I never wanted to be. And it just started it was a little overwhelming. And then I realized I was neglecting a lot of things, including, I've been writing a lot. I just haven't had a camera with me at all. And it's been nice to reset. I put the project on hold. So everybody I'm getting messages, like no exaggeration, several times a week, I'm getting messages being like, hey, is this thing coming out? Is this thing coming out? And had some hard drive issues that led to some other disappointments with that project. I finally got 98% of the footage saved and now on a different drive. So it's all back up and running. I just needed to take a step back and hang on. I'm still here. I got to fix this, but I just needed to take a step back and really pay attention to, being a father, being a husband, making sure that the, financially, as you guys know, all this stuff costs a lot of money. Right. And so I started.
You aren't making like millions off your channel? Because
no,
we're all making millions. We're all just.
Well, I'm $1 million shy of
right.
being a millionaire. So, but I started noticing that, I started spending ridiculous amounts of money on a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm missing out on some good things. So anyway, it just became an obsession. It was almost like I've never really done drugs, but I can assume that that's what that would feel like when you're addicted to like a drug. It was hard for me to pull back. And to be honest with you, it's a slippery slope because now I find myself just enjoying not doing it. And I always said, as soon as this doesn't become fun, I will stop. And I'm not quitting YouTube by any means. Like I'll come back with hopefully a vengeance, but I needed to take some time for me, for the family, get my mental health right, get my physical health right. I've been working out every single day, like every day. And it's been nice. I haven't been like this since pre-COVID. So it's, just getting healthy, but it is damn good to see you guys.
Mate, you look like a different dude, man. You look well.
Thank you.
You look really well, dude. Honestly, you,
Look,
you really
lost a
do.
lot of weight too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think it's
feeling
the
good.
hair. I think it's the hair. The hair looks good.
I think it's the hair. Yeah, he's
Thanks.
got the whole slick thing going on.
Yeah.
He's Hollywood, man.
It's very like Vegas, like I'm singing songs tonight kind of thing.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Totally
I
get
don't
it though,
know.
mate.
Maybe
I
it's just me.
can't speak for the rest of the guys, but yeah, totally get it, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I never wanted this YouTube thing to be a full-time gig, like really ever. Like it's not something that I desire to do this full-time. I've all of us here have been around the people that are doing this full-time, and I don't want to have to wake up every day and be like, I have to get something out and let me just put together some crap video because I have to get it out and it is what it is. That's just not how I'm built. I need to, take a little bit more time. And, I don't feel bad because I know I'm not quitting. I needed to take a little bit of a step back. And I don't know if I'm going to come back with a full vengeance and just be like, hey, I'm going to start banging out videos left and right. I really don't know right now, but I'm not that concerned about it. I just hope everybody's still there when I do decide to kick it back into gear,
Yeah, definitely.
Don't need to worry about that, mate.
I think it's different. This little YouTube thing is different for everybody, and I don't think none of us are doing it to like make a living, so it totally makes sense. And none of us are like holding it against you that you haven't been putting stuff out, man. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. You got to stay healthy and mentally, healthy. And this YouTube shit gets like, for some people it becomes a grind and it like really wears them down and like just destroys all the fun of it. So, you got to do what you got to do for you. And if not being a full-time YouTuber was never a giant goal of yours, then it totally makes sense to just fucking step away when you got to, man. Like, whatever. It is what it is,
Yeah, it just was really ironic coming on the back end of, one of my, I guess, biggest productions to walk away after that. It was only because that infatuated my life. Like looking at like the results and the scripting and looking at the next big project, it just was, it was almost the opposite of burnout. It was like a turbocharge. But then, as you guys know, when you travel, you're eating like crap, you're drinking, it's so hard to stay healthy on the road. I started feeling it where I was getting a little bit more lethargic. I never felt that way before, to the point where it's like, man, I better go see a doc. Oh, I'm still here. I better go see a doctor or something because I just wasn't feeling good. But I am right now I'm feeling better than I ever have. And we'll see what happens on the flip side of it.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. But I missed you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I missed you guys.
We missed you, mate. We missed you.
I think
Hell yeah! I miss
thing.
hanging out with you guys at the Buffalo Chip and watching some concert. Well, Monkey wasn't there because he was off with his friggin' posse doing his own thing. But
what do you we saw Monkey.
Bullshit.
What? I'm sorry. I missed
One of the best nights we
Monkey
ever
has
had
an
was the three of
entourage.
us. I remember me and Bert, and it was just sitting there and y'all doing shots in the middle of the Buffalo Chip was it was one of the best memories of my life. Like that was a good night. That was fun.
It was a good time. It was a great time.
Fun.
Hang on, I'm
Great
trying to
memories.
fix this once and for all, so I don't have to keep messing around with this crap.
All good.
What are you using it for a live cam? Nope.
A Nikon.
Oh, I thought that was a Canon menu.
Damn
nice.
Nikon.
Ooh, look at that.
Nope.
User settings.
My whole setup is Nikon. So
Why did I think you shot Sony for some reason? I don't pay attention.
Because his pictures come out good, and you didn't think that could come from a Nikon.
Fair.
that's actually a pretty good point.
That was just I don't think you catch heat for his bullshit.
What?
I don't even remember how to. Dude, it's been so long. I'm trying to figure out. I used to have these all memorized, and now I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
George, you got to.
Sorry, we don't really like looking at you anyway. It's just your voice that we all like.
Oh, hey,
You
I'm
gotta,
here for it.
You got to try my 35-1.4, George. You'll love it.
I don't even know what you're all talking about.
It's camera lens.
No idea, Monkey. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. Whatever, man. It's a screen. We're on it. What's the big
Let's
deal?
see now. I have a Logitech webcam, and then my videos are done with this iPhone. This is the iPhone that I use to do the video.
Mine is
Like, you know,
Allura. What's that? Allura.
Sound it out, buddy. Sound it out.
I can't see it. I sound it. I can see it when I'm fucking blind. Allura webcam. It's killing it.
I think you got to roll the L.
Oh no, I don't do that.
Roll the L.
I
don't
want to
do
get
that.
I want to get one of those really good webcams, but I don't.
There you go, George.
I don't know. No, not that, Brian.
No, that's
Jesus,
a camera.
Brian.
I'm with you, Monkey. I want a good webcam, but I don't know what to get.
Come on,
Maybe
Monk,
like
you're not
$300
using
bucks.
a real.
Seems like the really good webcams are $300. That's like the magic number.
Not
If you're
bad.
not using a real camera, Monk, how are you going to grow your channel?
I
Says
think
the
the
guy with
solution
the-
is being
Yeah, Monkey.
so far.
How did you get 300,000 subscribers with the phone? How
Yeah,
did you do
come
that?
on.
It's impossible.
First off, being a dumbass. Secondly, being a raging alcoholic. Thirdly, I don't know. Saying motherfucker a lot seems to work. I don't know what to tell you. You know, like somebody said recently, why don't you ever get invited to the Harley Davidson stuff? And I'm like, because I'm fat and say motherfucker a lot. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I think it's more like you're white and middle-aged, and that's not their target audience right now.
I think it is, and they just don't know it. But what do I know? You know.
Harley's been making middle-aged fat guys looking more dateable. I think that's their whole tagline.
That's
Hey,
why I
I've
don't get invited to Canadian stuff, man. Harley Davidson, Canada, because I say fuck like a lot.
Like a lot.
I do have a
So
question though.
is there like a Harley Davidson Canada thing? Is that a thing? Is that
Yeah,
like a
man.
different
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
scene?
It's
Is
full
it?
of what should we say? LBGTQ, MFI.
Really? Okay.
Or yeah, they like to not look at like Bright just said there, like middle-aged fat guys like us. It's very, very focused liberally, should we say? It's a thing.
Hey, have you guys noticed a drop in content by any chance? Like, have you
Yes.
guys?
Big time.
I feel like either I'm not following, along with at the right times or whatever, but I almost feel like things are slowing down a bit.
They are.
I agree,
Do you
mate.
mean
Yeah.
like channels in general, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like motorcycle content. I'm seeing it. I mean, I would go as far to say 60% drop in the last, and of course, I mean, I'm guilty. I'm one of them.
I agree. I think now this is just for my professional medical opinion, which is useless. I think that we aren't hot rods, we aren't old car revivals, we aren't makeup tutorials, we aren't the kind of shit that gets a lot of social media views. And so people who thought they could make a career out of this, which you can't, I could give a goddamn TED talk how this is not a job.
Right.
This is not a job. That's not what it is. Like, it's I think you see those that have realized that it's not a viable, you can't pay the mortgage with this bullshit. This is fun. It's always should have been fun, and that's what it should be. Really good people who make really good stuff. I said in the side chat, Nick said, like, who's Full Throttle Hog? And I was like, the best goddamn Sturgis video that's ever been made in the history of mankind is on his channel. Like, you got to go see, like, that's fun, good shit.
Thanks,
And then Baggers and Brewster, I do it for fun. Bright does it for fun. Scouts does it for fun. Like, this is the good stuff. I think those that thought it was a job are starting to figure out it's not a job.
It's like anything, right? Because everything's going short form content.
There are people, obviously, we all know people who are making a living doing it. But I think what people who watch YouTube most of the time don't realize is YouTube, for those people who are doing social media full time, they're doing social media full time. They're not doing YouTube full time. And YouTube is only a piece of the income, and I think unless you're somehow involved in it at some level to understand that, it's impossible to see.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of people who do this full time. I mean, We were talking about this a few months ago, and I said, Doodle went full time with 50,000 subs.
Yeah,
You know,
but that's the whole thing. Their market, the marketing, it has to do with a lot more than AdSense. They're not just doing it on AdSense, and that's the whole thing. This whole YouTube, all of us, including myself included, thought that once we hit that 1,000 subscribers in the 4,000 watch hours, that something magical was going to happen. And you want to talk about the fastest kick in the nuts? You see how hard you worked for that, and then you're like, wait a minute, what?
They're like, you hit 5,000, it'll get easier. You hit 10,000,
big check you got.
You get 20,000, you take away 150 subs in like 2 days.
You guys don't think it's easy?
But I do like the fact. I mean, it is a fun way, as Monkey was just saying. Look, this is not a full-time thing. It should be fun. But when you're doing this for fun and you're getting these, some residual checks, that's at least taking care of your travel and all that shit. Like, I'm totally down with that. And I still hold a camera every freaking day, just about. I just don't do it anymore, like right now. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, it's still something that's going to pay for my travel. I'm going to have a good time. But I was getting pretty stupid with like crap that I was buying. We've all fell down that rabbit hole, I'm sure.
What are your thoughts though? Because for like this stuff that you're doing, I don't know if you're familiar with Jet Films. Like, I think he puts out like one video a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's a lot more to, maybe depending on your circumstances, but to put together what you like, and there's a passion rather than, like you said, you just dump shit out and hope.
Who did you say puts out one a month?
Jet Films. He does really good work.
Really, really good work.
What kind
but
of
he does it because he loves it. You can tell, because that is not going to pay the mortgage. It's not. And I actually was approached recently by my daughter's school to say, like, I guess some people say like, oh, this dad has people watch him build motorcycles. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to present the program you think I'm going to present, because the program's going to be, don't do this bullshit thinking it's a job. This is not a job. Right. Like you can do this as a job if you're okay being poor. This is not a job.
Well, I mean, this is building a brand. It can be a job, I think. I don't know. I think
George.
Hey, I'll be right back.
You and I have real jobs that make real money, and there is the biggest channels on earth do not clear anywhere near what I clear in my real job. They don't come anywhere fucking near it.
But I think you got to think about not everybody's making that, like, in a real job is making anything near like what you're making.
Harder. So work harder. You're not going to get sympathy from me, dude. You're not going to get sympathy from me. You're not, like.
It's not sympathy, because there are people that can live comfortably off of $50,000 a year. Sure. There are people that can live comfortably off $50,000. It's all your lifestyle and what your expenses are.
Not where I live. Not where I live.
No, maybe not where you live. But I mean,
I'm in Canada.
My point is this.
It's all about what your expenses are, what you're used to spending, and what you have to pay for, all that stuff. There are people that can live off of $50,000 a year.
Sure.
It's a fact.
There's people right now talking about this channel, that channel.
It depends on what your expectations levels are, and what your lifestyle is like.
Absolutely. But the point is this. There is this like cloud of bullshit about channels and how they're successful and they've made it. No, they haven't. That like they no, man, no. Like, you can bring me some big channels and talk about their success, and they don't. You can make more money in the real world with a real job, working really hard, than you ever can at this crap.
Well,
you should do this because you love the content you're making.
I mean, what's to define a real job? I mean, you look at somebody like Peter McKinnon. He's used YouTube to build an entire brand. That's a job.
I don't even know
It's a
who
very
that is.
small. It's a very small percentage though who can earn a living from doing what we do. A
I
very
get
small
it.
percentage.
You look at Shade Tree. Shade Tree's a full-time YouTuber. At
Yeah, but
Still
300
working the bar
Shade
though.
selling weed.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
I think I got this fixed.
and he is the exception. He is the exception that like has grown
Monkey,
into a real cannabis business.
I think there's people that do YouTube like we do, but they also focus not just on YouTube. They also have a lot of other things going on within that as far as selling merch and like doing their brand and selling things and stuff like that we don't focus as hard on. Like we just don't.
But
I know
man,
you don't.
I've been I mean my own in my experience, I've been offered a lot of that crap you're talking about, and it's bullshit money. It's not real success. It's not going to pay my mortgage. It's just not real. It's not something that's going to like support your family. It's not going to get you to retire. It's not, you know, I recently had a company say, "Oh, we offer you this sponsorship thing." The first time I've ever said like, "Okay, maybe send me the thing," and then you try the thing, and then I'm like, "No, this is not a thing. This is," and I will not go like, "This thing's great," just for what they think is a good offer, and it's just not. It's just there's not. I don't know, man.
I'm not talking about sponsorship.
Well, that's an ethical thing too.
I'm not
which I
talking about
respect.
sponsorship. I'm talking about people who have built a brand off of what they're doing and then end up turning around and selling T-shirts, which I know you've mocked before, but like people make a living selling T-shirts. Like you can
No, they don't.
legitimately make if you have. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they absolutely
Oh,
do.
they
But
do. They do.
There's
They
freaking
do.
clothing lines and brands all over the world that make a living selling a brand.
What your definition of a living and what my definition of a living and what can be made is not the same. This is not legitimate. Like this should be fun. It should be fun.
So here's what you have to look at. You take this is a platform. You have to look at it as a platform for whatever you want to branch out for, right? So let's say that any one of us here starts taking our brand that we're building and we're using this platform to hopefully steer people into other sources of income. And that's that misconception of people are making a living off YouTube, but it's not just YouTube. They're doing product deals where they're getting kickbacks. They're doing affiliate programs. They're getting kickbacks. I can tell you that I know several people that have done it that way. And they built this brand that all of a sudden, because of this platform and the viewership, you mean to tell me that Adam, I can wholeheartedly tell you right now, Adam's a perfect example of taking a brand and then making it into a much bigger thing, right? Because now
he's got a much bigger thing is still not equal to what some serious hard work and some hard shit can yield.
He's also in the 1% club.
No, that's true. Like it's true, but he's a brilliant business person as well, and he's made millions of dollars. So it's because of those types of looking at using this as a platform, and if somebody wants to do it full time. Now you have to understand, any of us, if you start doing what you love full time, it will start taking away the love for what you're doing 100%. Yep. And I've noticed it in my professional career, and I've noticed it on YouTube, and that's a big reason to take a step back. But at the same time, I never wanted to do this because I've seen people, and Adam's one of my closest friends, and I'll tell you right now, I watch him work. He's a freaking maniac. He's got work ethic like nobody else's business. But I'm like, damn, how do you take a breath? Like, how do you step back and take a breath and say, you know what? I don't need to worry about deals and people like calling and saying, hey, you got to do this. And then once you make those deals that Monkey was talking about, and people are throwing, some cash your way, now you're under obligation to finish.
And it's not that much cash.
Right. And ultimately the juice is the juice worth the squeeze at that point. Right. Yeah. So are you now going to be under obligation to be like, hey, I wanted this, I wanted that, but then you see this money coming in, you're like, oh, if I could redo that with several other companies, and next thing you know, you're no longer making content the way that you want to make content. You're doing it because you made a deal, And that's fine if anybody wants to do that. Don't get me wrong. Anybody that wants to kick ass and do the doodle thing and do the her two wheels thing and whatever, more power to you. I just, I know that it can be done. And I never looked at it as going full time with this, even from the beginning, because I just did not want to have pretty much what happened to me now. If I was doing this full time and I had the feeling that I had 5-6 months ago, I'd be screwed. My family would be screwed. If I gave up everything and said, I'm going to do YouTube full time, I literally was falling apart at the seams, but I'd be under contractual obligations to get things done. I just want to make good kick-ass films that people like watching, you know what I mean? And hang out with cool people when I'm out on the road and you know, like-minded people and be here on a Friday night with guys that I've literally met in every state but my own, you know?
Here's the thing I'm trying to get at, and give me a second here. What I try to drive home with young people that talk about, you know, like, oh, her dad is an influencer or whatever. No, I'm not. I work really hard at a real job that pays real money as a result of struggle and turmoil. And this thing can't even touch what some real hard work can generate in some tough shit in other countries and yada yada. And so I always say, like, do this thing and it's fun and meet awesome people. Some of my best friends in this world are from this channel. It's crazy, but it's true. Like my closest 8 friends are, I just picked that number from my ear, but like are from the channel. Some of them are on here tonight. Like, these are my closest pals. But if you say, like, if you want to make a living and build a life, this is silly crap. There's t-shirt deals. No, there's more money to be made in the market working hard and doing something serious than there is than I sold.
I think you assume everybody can do what you're doing, though. I think you assume
I'm an
everybody can
idiot. If I can, I am a freaking moron. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
You have a profession that you have a skill in, that you have an education in, that you are involved in, and not everybody is in that. And if your expectations are way lower than what yours are personally, you could make a living in this world of social media, influencing, selling stuff, blah blah blah. You can make it. Just depends on what your expectations are. Like, you
I
obviously
think
have
what it is, we're saying the same thing.
A much higher expectation based on the salary that you have in real life. Aside from this, right? Like, you have a different level of salary and expectation, and you and your wife make great money because of your professions, but not everybody's in that spot, right? If you have a lot less, like, if you don't have the same level of expenses that you have, right? Like, you could make a living. You can't say that you can't make a living off it, because there's people all over the world making a living off of social media. So you can't say that you can't make a living off it. Now, you have a different level of expectation for that living, because you actually have a really good job. Your wife actually has a really good job. Their careers that make really good money. So you have a different level of expectation.
My wife saves kids in the system. The kids have no money. I send them bills they never pay. All right, so let's just get that straight and clear. Like,
makes money.
No, I think Bert's got a point, though. I mean, you can make a living out of this. You just have to know that it's not a light switch where you're going to make $300,000 a year and you're going to be able to, you know, depending on where you're living and what you're accustomed to spending, your income and expense, you know, that is something. There's people that can do this full time and make 50 grand a year, depending on where they're living, and they can be okay. So I know
my point is this. My point is this. Give me a second here. Keith just said it. The people who are making an okay living, like, they're going to own their home, they're going to pay off their home, they're going to drive a decent vehicle, they can put their kids through college, they can Keith just said they're 1/10 of 1%.
1%, yeah.
But they're making it sound. They make it act like, oh, I'm wealthy. No, the fuck you aren't. Like, you don't have Holiday and Ibiza money. You don't. Don't act like it. Like,
It's
you know
such
what I
a
mean? Like,
stupid
you're making a
platform, though.
living, and that's fine. But the point is, I believe there's a lot of kind of bullshit out there where people try and look like, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No, you're not. This is a sponsored video I'm looking at. You can't afford the hotel room you're in right now. You can't.
Yeah,
But don't you think though, in other spaces, there's more money to be made? Like
Yes.
motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
I don't
This
feel
is
like
motorcycle stuff.
Yeah.
Bride, you just nailed it. Motorcycle, the audience is that big. Like you know, like
you're aiming too high. Let's go a little.
yeah,
smaller.
exactly. You got it. It's like the motorcycle's like that. It's not, you know.
Yeah, it's not a high end. It's not a high capacity market. We all kind of knew that. But when you look at there are creators that make films, that make short films. They literally make one film a year. Sometimes it's only 25 minutes long, one film a year, but they're getting 1 million plus views on this long form content, and that residually will bring them in $3,500 to $5,500 a month for until that starts dying out.
So we should all start camping, because evidently camping videos.
No,
let's not
I'm
start
going
that crap
street
again.
glide. I'm
Because
gonna
that's
do
what
street
we
glide.
watch. We watch the
I
camping
slept
like
outside.
Steve Wallace. Steve Wallace is making serious jack off his channel because he camps with like cleaning supplies in a Canadian wilderness. Like that, you're like that.
Yeah. I slept outside in -40 with no sleeping bag.
I can't-
I rented a U-Haul and slept in a hotel parking lot. I made
I
$30,000
camped
on
on a
video.
fucking round. Have you seen that guy that stealth camps on roundabouts? That motherfucker gets 7 million views per video.
That's Steve Wallace. That's Steve Wallace.
Fucking come on.
Yeah, no, it's let's be fair, and I think we already hit the nail on the head by saying the motorcycle content is not going to be the moneymaker that if you were looking at being a content creator, doing motorcycle content is not going to get you what you need as far as finances. It's just not. It just doesn't have a big enough market for it. And because this also is an activity that we are trying to cater to people that are going to be out riding their motorcycles. They're going to be out, wrenching on their bikes. So that's why your how-to videos do so freaking well, is because they're out actually doing. And people aren't in the motorcycle. This is my opinion, is people, for the majority, are not going on YouTube to entertain themselves when they're like, hey, I can either watch this hour-long video or I can go for a motorcycle ride. What are you going to do?
RV Biker just nailed it with $1 Million Bogan. $1 Million Bogan makes 40 times off of his real business as he does off of this silly bullshit.
He's a millionaire.
YouTube channel stuff.
Yeah.
He is a monster in the real estate market in Australia. Fuck this channel. Screw this. But the funny thing is, people watch his channel and go like, oh, I'm going to be an influencer. No, dude, he is spending the money he makes off his real job to make those videos. And I love his stuff too, and I'd love to hang out with him and drink a beer. But the reality is this: it ain't the channel. But he doesn't fly that flag. He doesn't make you think that. He's a rich real estate tycoon who does the channel.
No, that his business funds his channel. It's not that his channel funds his life. Like his business funds his channel. Right. And trust me, I mean, when you're taking those multiple trips, you guys, all of us here know, like you take those trips, you are not going to be in the black at the end of it.
No.
It's break even at best. And then if you're like me, you're like, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to start buying some real stupid, ridiculous shit that I don't need. And then next thing I know, I'm like, well, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I'm not going to keep getting this $3,500 a month check for forever?
Yeah.
It goes away. And that's what happens. It goes away. And then next thing you know, that bill is still there. And that, the stupid slider that you bought that's just sitting in the corner of your freaking room that you're never going to use, maybe once. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
out with the black into the brown, Ryan.
yeah, yeah.
The
Seriously.
funny thing too is like
Well,
when people beat the shit out of you for turning on memberships because they pay $3 a month or whatever, and you go like, hey, I want to do. I actually said this today. I'm like, in an upcoming video, I'm like, I want to do a Screaming Eagle tuner on my channel. Like it's not what I would typically run, but I know some people do and are interested, so I want to try it. But I have to buy it, and that's $500, and the video will pay me $87. So like, let's talk about how that shit's gonna work. I'm gonna
great
buy the
business model.
$500 tuner that's gonna for a video that pays $87. And I think it's these assholes that have channels who make people think that I'm gonna make $5,000 off the video. And that's where I'm like done with that. Screw those people. I don't screw you. I'm not interested.
That was a big thing before the pandemic, because everybody thought if I go out and buy X, I'm going to make the money back, and that just didn't happen.
No, not at all. I was at an event that we got an invitation from Harley to go to this event in Daytona last year, and me and Bill actually went. Bill Stevens was in the side chat. We go to this event. Bill is the baddest ass chopper builder out there right now. Like he is God. Makes everything. He's going to be like, shut up, don't talk about me like that. But no, seriously, he's a bad MFer. And we're at this event, and we're sitting at a table, and they come up and they go, ooh, blabbity blah's here. I'm not going to say the name. It's this channel. Do you want to go meet him? And in unison, we went, no. I don't. That guy has people who turn wrenches for him. We do this shit ourselves. Not interested. Bill makes frames and makes tanks and makes oil tanks, and I'm just trying to learn from him. And screw that guy. He doesn't know anything. But it's just that I feel like there's a reckoning that's coming. Like there really is. Like this whole
I'm interested.
The bullshit factor of like sponsorship. People are done with that. People are done with seeing videos about things that were given to you. They want to see you do something you bought. But they don't want to reconcile that the video pays $80, but the thing costs you $500. But still, those of us who are really into this are going to spend the $500 to make $80 because it's fun and it's interesting and we want to do it and we think people learn from it and it's cool.
But don't you think that there's I mean, and I'm just speaking for myself, right? I didn't have the money to do the upgrades I wanted, so well, I shouldn't say that, but completely. But I feel like if you work with a company, you're not going to get the payback from YouTube, but you could get the materials that maybe you couldn't afford.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody, but I mean, that's the only reason I started. Hey, I wanted to learn video, but I think it's all depends. Like you said, it all depends what your end game is, but to do it in motorcycle space, good luck. You know, it's bad when you search TubeBuddy and you can't get a hit.
Yeah. So RV says, if you have 4.5 million followers and 200,000 views on video, what are you making per video? Your followers have nothing to do with it. It's only the views. It doesn't matter if you have 5 million subscribers or 12. Well, actually, it does. If you're monetized, let's say you're monetized, you're paid on your views, and a 200,000 view video will pay you about $1,800.
Also, at 4.5 million subs, a 200,000 view video is pretty much a flop.
What?
So you gotta wait.
Yeah, because that means you bought your subs. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Can they hear me though?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Hey,
Say hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
I like the cat.
Hey,
Is that
hello,
cat
hello.
ears? What are they?
Yeah, watch. You can hear them say hello. Say,
Hello.
How you
Are those
doing?
cat ears?
Good to see you. What's
Yeah.
on your shirt? What's on your shirt or your sweatshirt? Who are those characters?
who are these people on your shirt? They want to know.
It's Sanrio.
I see Hello Kitty.
Yeah, it's like so. Oh my gosh! Wait,
I can't pause. We're
I'm
live.
going wrong direction. So, my Melody, Chromie, Hello Kitty, and then I forgot the name of the black cat one.
All right.
Yeah. So.
That's cool. Right on.
Say bye.
Bye.
Did you know your dad's
ya.
a legend? Did you know your dad's a legend?
What?
Absolutely.
Did you
Your
know
dad's
your dad's a
amazing.
legend?
Yeah.
Did
Your
you
dad's
know your dad's a
amazing.
legend? They're gonna make Dad have a big ego and big old head and stuff.
He's talented.
Okay, I don't care.
Ah.
Okay, goodbye.
He's
Maybe
kind
you
of
could do that
That-
with a Nikon.
That just summed up what I think matters. I want to say, hey, I want your daughter to know how awesome you are. I want that kind of thing. And the people who aren't on this live stream right now, stop fucking worshiping them. They're not here.
Say
They're
what?
there trying to make a buck. And I'm just saying, like, if you look at these live streams and look at those of us in this community who are out there playing, having fun, hanging out, da da da. Anyone you don't see, screw them. Stop worshiping them.
Yeah,
And there,
I
I
think-
out there. I mean, you have to get out of the motors. I feel like you have to get out of the motorcycle genre. I mean, you look at what's his name, Ryan? Is it Marquise? Is that his name? Who is the guy who does all the tech stuff out of New York?
Oh, he's huge.
Oh, he used to have it's MQBT whatever. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy's he's brilliant.
Listen, he is brilliant. Hasn't bought a thing in years, but
Right.
he reviews everything.
Uh-huh.
And he's at the level where he's not even buying stuff from Apple anymore. I mean, there's nothing that guy pays for, and everything is given the same review.
Mm-hmm.
It's not opinion based.
It's all opinion based.
But he's
No,
built
called
he's
that
built
Apple
such
Apple.
his opinion.
he's
How much?
he's literally created that market for himself where when he brings out a product and talks about it, he is the one that is going to people are going to go to because they trust his opinion. He doesn't fluff it up even if it's a sponsored video. He's going to tell you what he feels about the product. He has the tech world wired and he knows what the end user wants to know. So he doesn't fluff up all the crap, but he does brilliant engaging videos. He's a master at his craft, and I know exactly what you're talking about. If I'm going to look for a tech review, he's probably the first go-to person I'm going to look for because I trust his opinion.
Can I just say,
Justine's like
can I
that.
just say something?
Yeah.
Shots!
Justine's
No.
Empire.
Shots.
Shot. That's not a shot. That's a mirror light.
Ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? You call it, Scouts.
You need to make a toast. Whoever, because I've made one.
Do you want a German toast? I can give you a German toast.
Yeah. Begin.
I love German toast.
This is in English, so it's highly offensive.
Oh, that makes no sense.
There was a dead bitch in a pond. She went to the left. She went to the right. There was a frog on her tits and an eel in her bush. Prost.
Roast.
Okay.
Definitely German.
That was an actual German toast. Like, I'm not even kidding. There's something wrong with those people.
Do you know what it is in German?
Well, it's my buddy Z, and we call him Z because he is the German.
Oh, it's the German.
The German.
I don't know why I can't. Well, it says join the chat here. Have they changed a whole bunch of crap? Let me see what happens.
Yeah, mate. There's been a
Probably.
Yeah, all right. Well, there's a whole bunch. Well, Scott, thank you for that comment. I appreciate you.
So Piney's right. It made no sense, and I have to apologize. But it actually is to say German toast. We learned at a rally one year. So yes, it made no sense. It's highly offensive, but it's evidently. I'm just saying we shouldn't trust the Germans. I'm just saying, like, that was a German toast.
No
Like,
shit. I think we all know that.
So,
Commie bastards.
Doesn't surprise me, man. The Germans are crazy people. 18 years I spent over there, and they are crazy.
Piney, I did not make that up. I swear to God, that's a real German toast.
Yeah.
This is our buddy Frederick. Bry's the only person that looks normal.
So, Brian,
That's probably right, you know. That's probably about fair, to be honest.
Fucking Frederick, what are you talking about? He looks anorexic.
I swear, Piney, I didn't make that up.
Hey,
I swear I didn't.
all I'm saying is I'm looking for a gear sponsorship because I'm down almost
I'm
2
the only
sizes.
person
So
that looks normal. I don't understand.
Anyway,
No
let's just send me
kidding.
a leather
Brian,
jacket.
what do we need? Let's figure this out. Brian needs new clothes because he's a skinny bastard now. So your hat, the Advanblack hat fits. What do we
it
need?
does. And I got to tell you, Monkey, this is the most quality hat I've ever owned.
It's shockingly good.
And if
isn't
you
it?
notice, it's custom matched to my shirt. Just saying.
So here's the thing: if you are like looking for gear, the other day we go to the dealer, I buy a new bike. Then when you buy a new bike when they're fresh, there's nothing out there. So you'll find yourself buying more Harley stuff than you bought in years because it's all there is. There's nothing out there. I go to the Palm Beach Harley. and I bought a Harley Davidson branded flight jacket, like the satin flight jackets, whatever, that fit my fat ass for $90.
Okay,
There's
Cheaper
like
than a t-shirt.
deals at dealers right now because like there's just stuff sitting there on the rack. Like
I got I have the brown Harley jacket that I bought like 5 years ago. I fucking love that jacket, but it's huge on me now.
Well, yeah, but again, like $90. So what I'm saying is go to
That's
the dealer. They have
fantastic.
like sizes that they just didn't sell them, man.
I hate my dealership. They got bought out. They're terrible.
Really?
So my question is, we all talked about what we got planned for 2025, but we didn't get to hear what Ryan has planned for 2025. Ryan.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Oh. All right, so it looks like Arizona Bike Week is definitely going to be the trip. That's the easiest rally for me to go to, just because it's like 340 miles from door to door. So usually we'll start off the trip with that, or the year with that. My wife and I are planning a couple trips that are long overdue, so that might interfere. I'm honestly, if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I'd say I was going to Sturgis this year, but right now I do not know. It's probably maybe 30% shot that I actually go to Sturgis.
Ooh.
But yeah, we want to do some cruising and some other stuff. I don't know if I'll make it to Sturgis this year or not. That could change. Who knows? I have no idea. But ultimately, it's going to be get back on track to get this film out. We kind of touched base on it. I almost had the thought of only doing these films, maybe having 3 come out a year if I can, maybe just 2.
I love
and
that
that's
idea.
That's all I'm going to focus on. And we'll just kind of see what happens. I'm not sure if I'll ever go back to thinking that I need to put out daily content.
Do the thing that you want to do, man. Like just do what you feel like. Your stuff is fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Like it's so what I want to do if you go to Sturgis in 25, promise me you'll hang out with us one evening at least, because I want to take you to Glencoe and I want to see what kind of horrible video you can put out about the lowlifes at Sturgis, because because you know how he does these beautiful videos panning across what like overweight naked people that are like 75 years old. That's what I want to see. I want to see Full Throttle Hogs like view of Glencoe. Like I that would be so much fun.
Well, that's a deal. If I go, we'll set it up where we I'll spend a day with the monkey, and you can.
Please.
I've never even actually set foot in Glencoe, so that would be a first for me.
Monk's following
my
you around
God.
with his iPhone.
Oh my God! I'll put my camera away. You just. Oh God, that would be fun. That would be so much fun. Like, I'll do an insane burnout in the middle of T-Word Alley, and
You could do a
God,
day
we'll
in
have
the
fun.
life of Professional Monkey.
No. It's not about me. It's not about me.
All
Like
right,
we'll just
try.
go and document Glencoe for a day.
I'm sure you'll all agree with me. I've said this, Ryan. You know this, mate. I've said this to you for years now. Ryan puts out the best by a fucking country mile cinematic motor vlogs on YouTube by a fucking mile.
Thanks, man.
He could say, "I went and filled my bike up today," and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch that shit." Like, I mean, literally,
The
like
only-
him,
the only
like
problem with
just
Ryan's
a
channel
gas
is
pump, like, and I will watch that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we all aspire to get to that level. I know I do. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I don't, because I know I
Jesus.
can't do it. So, you know,
He just makes me throw camera gear against the wall and be like, "Fuck this YouTube shit."
I try to emulate him a little bit, but
right.
I'm nowhere near
just
that.
that, man, just
Well,
to piss you off. That's
It's funny, I
that.
know you say that. I
That's
shot
all
a
it is.
video with my my 16 the other day in RAW. It looked pretty good.
So it's so funny that Monkey just said that, though, because I am envious of Monkey's ability to take a camera, stare at it dead in the eye, and talk about anything without a script, without the notion of anything. And I'm glued to what that I have no interest in the title, but he starts talking, and now I'm 11 minutes deep in something I didn't even want to start to begin with. and he doesn't have a script. He's just talking, and it's so damn entertaining. I wish that I had that capability, but because I
think
don't
you have it. I
have to
think
make
you
up.
do have it though.
It's crazy because I hate being in front of the camera. Believe it or not, I hate being in front of the camera. I still to this day cannot. I would much rather be the guy behind the camera and the editor. That's why I think I even told DeBeard and Sturgis and Scouts, you were there. I literally had this vision being like, okay, as soon as I have a goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers on this channel. Once I hit that, I honestly think that I'm going to break out, and all I'm going to do is film documentaries about real people. And it's not just going to be motorcycle people. It's just going to be like real good stories that, feel good stories, something that it doesn't matter what genre you're watching. You just want to see an entertaining like documentary on somebody's life, and that's what my goal is.
Have you seen Soft White Underbelly? His stuff is fantastic.
No, but I'm going to write that down.
It's he just interviews
we need
people.
we need Full Throttle Hog's eye and ability to follow us around, and not follow us around. Please give me a second, because it's not going to come out right. And go to Sturgis and go to Glencoe and go to these things, and I won't do a single video. I won't video anything. Let him do what he does.
I know what you mean.
And and I'll promote the fuck out of whatever he comes up with. Like, I'll be like, you got to see this shit, because his visual ability and a way to tell a story. I want everyone to go to Sturgis. I want everyone to go to Daytona. I want everyone to do these things. I don't give a shit if anyone follows his channel or watches the video. I don't care. It would be so much fun for those of us that are pals to just hang out and let him do what he does.
Totally.
And have a video come out that 6 million people watch. I could give a shit about revenue. Like pay for his gear, whatever. Like, that would be so much fun to have something awesome of us going to the Buffalo Chip and of course Scouse handcuffed being thrown out of the Buffalo. Let's be honest how this is going to go. But the beautiful panning shot of him going like slow motion, fuck you, like as he's being thrown out of the like.
That would be, you call it something like This Is Stages or This Is the Real Stages or something, and that's exactly what he would produce, is the fucking real essence of what we do and what Stages is, and he would do that all he does that now. As far as I'm concerned,
it's all these people who say Sturgis isn't what it used to be. Oh yeah, bullshit. Watch this video. Watch us act like total idiots for a week.
Well, and let's be when people say Sturgis is not what it used to be, that's fine, and I'm good with that, because to be honest with you, I don't want to get into fights in downtown Sturgis because somebody.
I kind of do.
I don't want to get like. I don't want to sit there and have to be like, oh, I mean, chances are I'm walking around with like $7,000 worth of gear at every. I'm like, if I get into a fight, I'm not worried about my face. I'm worried about my freaking camera gear. I'll just go down.
We make sure you're safe. We can make sure you're safe. We ain't worried about that. God, that would be fun.
Yeah, it's.
Rudy says a documentary of YouTubers not shooting videos.
Rudy's just so a documentary YouTubers not shooting videos. Exactly that, man.
Hey, that's the title right there.
Yeah.
YouTubers not shooting videos.
I feel
so we'll do a monumental hole shot. Scouse can sit on the back of my bike to get more smoke because you need more weight. This just let's get stupid on the oh my god, that would be fun.
Can I get the I want the ultra slow-mo of me doing my first and last wheelie before I go to the
Oh, that's a whole segment. It's like teaching Bry to do a burnout. That would be fun.
That'd be so cool, man.
I say a minute in, the bike's toast.
Can you imagine the end put of that?
And I challenge the other people with their things. If your wheel is up against a wall, fuck you. That's not a burnout. What is wrong with you? If you can't do a burnout in the middle of a parking lot, holding your brake like a man, I don't want to see your burnout against a wall or another wall. No. Ryan
out.
I
No,
can't. I
Ryan.
can't even do a burnout when there is a wall. So how about
We will
that?
show you how. We'll show you how to do a burnout in a parking lot with
But I'll
no one
bring that
around
son
you.
of a bitch like nobody else's business. I can tell you that much.
I was in Glencoe a couple years ago. Actually, on the wife's
Wait, what's
I'm
The
gonna
that?
need
year-
those Advan bars.
Wait,
the
I
year
missed-
that Bert borrowed the CVO, that year
Yeah.
I was riding my wife's CVO, that bike, down the T word alley, and I'm just trying to like just have a good time. And they close it off like, do a burnout. And I'm like, all right. And all these guys came and grabbed my forks, and I was like, get the fuck off my motorcycle. What are you doing? Like, they're all grabbing the forks and the bars. And I'm like, if you can't do a burnout without assistance, you're not a man. I'm sorry, you're not a man. If you can't do a burnout without help, like, you need to be able to do it in the middle of a parking lot with no one around you, no one touching you, no curb, no wall.
I didn't
do a
think I
burnout.
could feel any worse than I do about burnouts. But thank you.
No,
So,
Ryan,
what if I
we'll
can't
fix
do one
this.
at all?
We'll,
You can't do
no,
a burnout
we'll
without
fix it.
assistance. You own a Tesla.
We will fix this. We'll fix
Hey,
this. It's
I got
fine.
a question though.
We'll fix it.
Baggers and Brews, I have a question. What the hell is going on with you guys' audio right now? You guys need to fire your
I
audio
know.
guy.
It's
Your
been
audio is
horrendous for
dog
3.5,
shit.
nearly 4 hours. Been horrendous.
Dog
This is
shit.
why we don't let Bert touch the soundboard.
Yeah, like literally, we barely can hear you guys if you are talking. I thought you guys just muted yourselves, to be honest with you. And then I thought I heard Bert say something, but I don't know.
He walked across the room and screamed, "I'm a man!" So that was from like 20 feet away. So
I just
that
I
could've been it.
expected more. Okay.
How Full Throttle Hog wrecked my motor? No, it'd be Monkey. How Monkey wrecked my motorcycle and Full Throttle Hog.
No,
found it.
Yeah.
you'll be fine. We're gonna have
Are we muted?
classes.
No, we're not muted.
I feel like I should just order parts now.
No,
yeah.
Aggravator, I remember that.
dude, if I can do it, you can do it. That's the whole thing. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do a burnout. You don't
Well,
need anyone to hold your handlebars.
And to be fair, I mean, mine was my own damn fault. I never took traction control off. And for those that don't know, traction control on Harley Davidson is no joke. No
what is
joke.
like you double tap and hold for 5 seconds?
Yeah, you
or
like press
something?
and hold it and disable it altogether, but I didn't. And then the dude next to me was smoking his tire, and I thought it was my tire. I was hitting red line. So what do you do when you hit red line? You grab another gear. And then I did that again, and I grabbed another gear. My tire never rotated once. That's how good Harley Davidson's traction control is. And it gets better
I
than
love
that.
it.
And then I take it to the dealership, and they're like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Not a mechanic. And they
Why
literally
is your
called me up.
transmission on the floor?
Yeah, they literally called
No
me and said,
tire
"Hey,
left."
It literally looks like shredded marbles were inside of your primary."
This gear. What is this gear? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, that's why I got the warranty, guys. And they fixed everything, thank goodness. But
My
Wait,
wife
until you're
says
doing
to me the
burnouts,
other
though.
day. My wife says, "I want you to show me how to turn off traction control because I want to do a burnout. How do you do that?" And I was like, "No, mm-mm." Because what needs to happen is my chopper doesn't have a front brake at all because man shit. Anyway, so my chopper has no front brake. There's not a rotor. There's no front brake on the chop.
that sounds safe.
So my wife says, "So what do we use something cool?" I'm like, "Well, at a rally, you go sideways, and I use your fork as my block because if you don't have a front brake, you do have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way to hold the front wheel." So I'm like, we'll do cool shit like that with her modern bagger, and I'll put the chopper up against it, and we'll burn that tire off. But
All right. Well,
what?
listen, I don't want to be the party pooper here. Let you guys get to it. I have to go be a plumber. I seriously do, because my house is going to start stinking if I don't figure this out. But it was damn good to see all you guys and everybody in the side chat. Hello. If I missed a comment. Baggers and Brews. Love you guys. Thanks for putting this together. Merry Christmas to you all. And I hope
Great
I
to
can
see you,
jump on
Ryan.
something. Who's going to do another live stream before New Year's? Anybody? Do we have anybody who's thinking about doing one?
if you'll come, I'll do one. Like if you'll reappear,
Yeah.
we need to see you more.
This has literally been a lot of fun. You guys are
Yeah,
getting the juices flowing again. So
Ryan, mate, if you've lost any of the footage from stages you need from me, mate, let me know and I'll fire it over.
thanks, buddy.
If you've lost it, mate, let me know.
Yeah, I think I have. Like I said, I think it's like 90 something percent. I won't know what I don't have really. But I literally lost like a terabyte and a half that they had to go and recover, and it cost a bunch of money. It sucked.
Well, you know what you've got from me, mate, and if you need it again, let me know. No
appreciate
worries.
it. Appreciate it. All right, guys. You guys have a really good night, and thanks for having me on.
Great.
Merry Christmas, man. Great to see you,
buddy.
mate.
You good, man?
See you, bro.
So why is Indian hated? Somebody else take this.
I don't know that Indians hate it. I don't hate Indian.
I don't think they are. No,
Because
exactly.
Professional Monkey told me not to buy it.
Anyone else?
Why is Indian motorcycles hated? Performance issues with the bikes. I think you're right. I don't think they are hated. I think it's a very, love-hate relationship, if you want to call it that. I think it's black or white. You either like Harley or like Indian. I think it's that.
I think I couldn't, Indian couldn't be a contender when I bought another bike because we don't have a dealer network. I think
that is that.
Their dealer network is why there's not more Indians on the road. And because there's not more Indians on the road, Indian isn't necessarily offering the incentives that Harley can offer in a interest rate market where interest rates are on bikes, 10, 11%. And Harley has the finances to, cut that down to 2.5 or whatever they're doing right now to try and move their inventory.
That's why we bought the Harley, because there was, I wasn't a big Harley fan, but there's no dealer network at all.
And there's a closer dealer to you than there is to me, because there's an Indian dealer right in PA that's probably, I think, about a half hour from you. But for us to get to an Indian dealer,
it's really small.
Yeah, easily an hour.
And during the week, if you had to go for service, you're an hour and a half just to get to a dealer. And I feel like when they made their first resurgence, when they were using S&S engines and Baker Transes, they were really cool bikes, but they were at the time $35,000 and $40,000 bikes, and the market wasn't ready for that.
They were custom bikes. Yeah, they were custom bikes.
Yeah. I think their
King's
leather
mountain
work,
bikes.
Their leather work is far nicer than any production company's putting out. When you sit on an Indian,
they also, all the brown bags they made all faded to tan though, so that went bad actually on them. So all the brown bags they first came out in like 15, 16, whatever, they all faded to crap. So that was a bad 3 years, but still,
when you sit on an Indian bike, that seat is nice.
Great bikes, man. They are fantastic bikes. They are, but I think they're just battling against this Goliath that is Harley Davidson.
So it's good. Polaris should be big enough to offer the same dealerships as Harley. Polaris is big, but just because the company is big doesn't mean that it will rob from one division to feed another. And they're not going to. Polaris, and I don't know this as a fact for Polaris, but just because Polaris is big doesn't mean that they will rob revenue from their side-by-side business to feed their motorcycle business. And that's kind of, when you're comparing the size of Harley and comparing the size of Polaris, that's kind of what you would be asking Polaris to do.
Aggravators waiting for Polaris to buy Harley. The crack you're smoking is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
That's the best crack the world has ever known. Oh my God, that's the silliest shit I've ever read in my life.
Don't hold back.
That's like saying Vladimir Putin's going to jump on a plane to the US and get arrested. And
holy shit! I've never read anything dumber in my life, and I love this guy to death. So
even if Harley tanked, Polaris couldn't afford to buy them. I don't think Polaris is. I don't think they're as big. I don't know if they're as big a company even as. Well, from a motorcycle division,
Indian died in 1953. Indian has been dead for 70 plus years.
It's still the brand.
It's intellectual property that Polaris bought when Victory wasn't being successful. Let's just be honest. For the love of Christ, I can't wait to do this video. I've done it yet. If you understand how IP works. IP is this thing that the IP is this thing that doesn't exist, right? It's the concept of a brand. Polaris had Victory. Victories were good bikes. They were really good motorcycles. They were well made, well engineered, cool brand, fast. They were good competition for Harley, but they were not getting there. They were just never getting to where Polaris wanted them to be. And then they said, well, let's just take all the Victory bikes, buy the Indian brand, just take off all the emblems and throw Indian on it. And then we can claim some sort of history. And that's exactly what they did. Indian died in 1953. The buildings are gone. The property is gone. It has been gone for many, many years.
Polaris did not resurrect Indian. Polaris bought Indian after Indian came out with that next line of bikes in like 09. So in 09, 08,
completely wrong. Indian is just intellectual property. Indian is dead and has been for 70 years. An Italian company bought them, failed, bankrupt. Another company bought them, failed, bankrupt. Another company bought them, failed, bankrupt. Kings Mountain, all these companies that bought the Indian brand built their own motorcycle, the finest ones being the bottle cap Indians. Bottle cap Indian, I think it was Gilroy. I think the Gilroy version of Indian was them buying the brand, putting out these really cool bikes in small numbers with S&S motors and then the bottle cap motors and everything else, but they couldn't make a number of it. They couldn't make a go of it. They couldn't make profit, and so they failed. And then Polaris decided Victory is just not getting there. Let's just buy Indian, kill Victory, and put Indian logos on Victory motorcycles. And that's where Victory. And I owned one. I gave them $30,000. I bought a Springfield in 2016. It is a dead brand that's been dead for 70 years. People just keep buying the logo and slapping it on shit and then trying to say it's an Indian. And then people say, well, Harley died too. Bullshit. Harley's been the same address for 105 years, 120 years. So AMF bought in. Sure, AMF bought in because they needed funding. And then the executives bought them back in 81. Harley's never died. It's never ceased. It's never stopped going. Same executives, yada, yada, yada. Indian is not a real thing. It's not really there. It's just a logo they bought.
Yeah. Y'all need to answer Jason. Y'all need to answer Jason.
Jason's here? First off, Jason gave a bunch of money to George and Bert. I don't know Jason shit.
Well, I'll tell you what, boys, I am going to drop off, so let's do one more shot before I check off. It's 4 hours, man. I'm hanging out my ass here. So, one more shot.
15-hour lives, all of a sudden you're soft?
Dude, that was a while back. Come on, give me a break, will you? I need to ease in. I need to ease into it to do 15-hour lives.
Man, they're so soft up there.
Those Canadians are so on the system, they don't even want to work anymore.
Canadian. Get a grip.
Fucking making true dirt bucks.
One more shot before I say good afternoon and good evening, good night. Right? So.
God damn it, Scouse. All right.
That's a big.
But I'm ready to talk about Indian all you want. You want to talk about Indian? I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
So, what we cheers into 2 new friends, old friends, and friends yet to come. Cheers.
I should say Scouse. Scouse because he's cutting off. See ya. Love you to death.
Love you too, mate. Oh, fuck. Right, on that note, you're all legends. Thank you very much for inviting me on the show tonight. Take it easy, everybody in the side chat. Have a very Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys at some point. All right, take it easy, boys.
Great seeing you again, man. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, likewise, man. Love you all. See you later, okay, boys? Have a great time.
See you, buddy.
See you guys. Let me know when the next one is. See ya.
Oh my God, Yanni's right. The Fort9's video on the history of Norton is so good. That's the best motorcycle channel. Like it really is. Fort9's is the best channel.
And the funny part with him is he's not like one of these like screamers and jumpers up and down and stuff. It's just super easy to watch.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't own the channel. He's like an employee of Fortnite, which is like our Revzilla or something. I don't get it.
Oh, I didn't know that. What the hell are they?
It's just Bird. Bird's fucking around. So yeah, so Fortnite is like Canadian JP, Revzilla, Dennis Kirk, yada yada. And those guys, as I understand it, I could be wrong, those guys are employees of that company. So the Fortnite videos, I don't know if they realize how good those guys are, because I wouldn't watch Canadian motorcycle content, right? But he is so funny and so smart and so like good at laying out the story that, you know. Yeah. So
Thank
Bill
you,
says
Ed.
never understood a word he said.
Yeah, I'm with you, Bill. No idea what he said.
Valkyries are cool. My favorite non-Harley is a Triumph Rocket 3. I want a Rocket 3 bad still. Like, I want to go to the drag. Well, the drag strip's gone at Sturgis, but when we used to go, like, can you imagine drag racing a Rocket 3 against, like, a stock Rocket 3 against a $80,000 turboed, insert name here, whatever Harley, like the Rocket 3 out of, like, just off the lot was 180 horsepower.
Are we still talking about victories?
Victories are fantastic, George.
Pieces of shit. Go ahead.
God damn it, George.
Victory was never going to match Harley. Polaris knew it. Their styling was a niche. Their styling was like of a time that just passed them by. If you sit on one, the cruise control is a separate bolt-on. The radio is a separate bolt-on. Nothing is like the controls just were all over the place. Anybody who's ever sat on one and rode one. They had those swinging arms for the passengers on their baggers with the tour packs. You'd go around a corner and the arm would be like and swing out.
You know, George, that Indian has those same arms.
Huh?
Indian today has the same swinging tour
The same
pack
victory
arms. They still sell those things. Yeah.
RV,
Yeah,
that's funny. That's the
I haven't
first,
seen Indian
cruiser,
with those arms on it, but yeah. I mean, yeah, the 8-ball was probably the coolest looking bike that they put out, but
Oh, the Vegas. The Arlen Nest Vegas. God, those were cool.
Again, but it's like that was like a 90s kind of chopper OCC style, and they based their entire brand around that stretch tank, look, and it just left them. It just left them.
Yeah. But today what they did is they took good technology, good motors, good power. They bought a historic brand, slapped it on there, and now want to put out commercials that say, like, since 1901 we have. I'm like, wait. You haven't done shit since 2015. That's when you bought that logo. And that's my problem with Indian. They bought it in 15. It's 9 years since they bought the logo. You didn't do shit compared to, like,
Here was Victory's pinnacle of design right here. Let's talk about the Vision.
Oh, don't you start, man.
Oh
I
my
still
God.
want one of those. I love that bike.
A damn good bike to kill miles with. Like, it
We
actually
have a-
was well engineered. But
We
God, you
have
don't want to see
we have a buddy. Jimmy rides it everywhere. It's just
was that
you
the
don't
green
even
one?
want to see on it, though.
Who would ride that?
Yeah.
Hideous.
God, it's ugly. But a great bike, but God, it's ugly.
It was the Road Glide of its time.
They thought it was going to compete
I'll
with
tell you what,
Goldwing.
though. All of my friends, I tell them, I swear to God, you got to try these new bikes, man. Like, I'm a skeptic. I'm the biggest skeptic. And then bought this thing having not ridden it, and then rode it home and was texting my wife going, holy shit, you got to ride this thing. Like, it's good. It's really good.
Vision is the ugliest bike ever. Should it matter what a man or woman rides? The point is that they ride. Yeah.
Busted. The Vision is not the ugliest bike ever made. I would argue that the Valkyrie Tour is the ugliest bike I've seen in a long time. Have you seen a Valkyrie Tour? Holy
Yes,
shit, that's an ugly bike.
there's still nothing. There's still when you build a bike so ugly, you can't even build a platform off it. I mean, I guess in that way they're kind of the same, but the Vision was like, what were they thinking? It was like the Ford Taurus of the '90s when they put round headlights in that thing. It's like, what were they thinking when they did that?
My 1980 Tour Glide is a prettier motorcycle than a Valkyrie Tour. A Valkyrie Tour, they just took an ugly ass fairing and said, I don't know. What do we do? They just throw some fucking round headlights in the front of the oh my god, the thing's ugly. Like
RV says, I'm adding red accents to my
Do
studio.
it, baby.
It already has some on there.
Do it. Do the red accents. It looks nice.
That'll look cool
But-
because there's already some like that CVO's red on that bike. There's some red pinstriping, I think, in that bike.
the heads, don't you RV biker? Don't you have the red head trim and stuff? Like, yeah, those are cool.
They have that red trim there at the top of the cylinder. I like the satin exhaust in that. That was the only bike they did it on. It's kind of cool.
So first off, busted. If you see the comment, first off, I love you to death, brother. At the same time, fuck you. My wife has never ridden the new bike because I won't allow it because if she rides it, she'll want it. And so no, like that's yeah.
it's like the third.
And
time
I was just thinking, Bert, today, if they took the old, oh sorry.
Go ahead.
I said it's like the third time he's put that comment up tonight.
No, she won't ride it.
Hey guys,
So Bert's.
I gotta bounce.
See you, buddy. Be good,
It
man.
was great seeing you
Hey,
guys.
bro.
If,
Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you.
Later,
you bet,
Brian.
man.
Thanks for hanging, brother.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, everybody. See you.
Merry
You
Christmas.
too, buddy.
Be good, bud. I would say Bert's color would look really good on a new bike with some sort of like black overlay, like the old Sueño I did on the green bike, like that over Bert's gold on a new body would be really cool. On like the whole shot, you know what I mean? Like that would be cool.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like are they done with the gold? Are they like
She's done with the gold.
like at Harley? Are they like they don't have another gold bike coming out, right?
No idea.
No, they're kind of short on colors right now. You have Whiskey Fire,
Yeah.
you have the blue. The blue is really good. It's a good blue. The blue, the gray, meh, the black, white. What else is there? Shark skin.
The shark
But shark
I feel
skin
like
you can
they're really
only
toned
get
it
on
down.
you only get on the black motor. You can't get a shark skin on chrome.
Well, that's because black is superior.
True.
No.
No? Maybe. A little bit.
Black is superior, and Indian's the oldest motorcycle company. I mean, those are the two facts we got going on.
Indian died in 1953, you son of a bitch.
Facts.
That was too easy. That was too easy.
That was low hanging fruit.
Hey, George.
Yes.
I love you. Fuck you.
Later, buddy. Later.
That
personal.
That's it. From where I come from. That's the highest honor. I love you to death. Fuck you.
That's deeply personal. Chrome is the new black.
Well, it was in 2017. I don't know about 24. Because go to the showrooms right now, and what do you see? I'm just saying. Is all I'm saying.
You see the chrome in the showrooms.
No, you can't
Is that
find
what
a
you're
chrome
saying?
one. I just looked.
Yeah.
I literally bought the last Whiskey Fire Street Glide with chrome in the region. Like that was it.
I haven't looked. I haven't even been in the new dealership like in months.
No.
No idea what's what they got, what
Well,
they're selling.
Mine with the black motor looks really cool. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's not good looking. It's really cool. It's just that if you look at the new Street Glides, everyone bought the chrome. That's why you can't get one. You know, the black's out there, the chrome isn't.
Right.
Chrome
I
gold.
do think that shark skin, the shark skin with black is cool, and I saw a gray Street Glide with a black motor the other day. That was really cool looking. The gray with the black is cool.
Clock?
What you got?
What was that? What is that? What's happening? Snacks.
Oh shit, there's snacks.
No one has brought me snacks at all.
Well,
Oh,
You don't
thanks,
have to
baby.
right, man. You're not
Thanks,
texting
baby.
in the other room going, can I have some snacks?
the saying I use often
Damn
at
it.
work: we can't all be winners, Monk.
Oh man, I feel sober already.
We can't all be winners. Holy shit! Frederick totaled his bike.
Not true.
Told my body. Oh, these.
Damn, buddy. The red and white road glide.
That's the red and white one, right?
Yeah.
What happened, bro? He had a really nice road glide.
Well, that one in the picture.
Hey, Bert, tell your wife it's 72 where I live.
My wife, it's 72 where he lives.
So bring me some snacks.
Bring him snacks as his wife went to bed.
No, where is my wife?
Where the hell is your wife? She's out on a date. My bad.
Bill said, read my comment. Well, 1218, he said, I chrome everything.
Mm-hmm. That was the last one I saw.
Which chrome is the new black.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. I still chrome
Where are my
everywhere.
snacks, woman?
She got no snacks for you, man. I got all kinds of snacks
Nope.
there. And I got water.
God, that's some bullshit. DoorDash. That's what I was going to say.
He's gonna DoorDash some shit at midnight.
Hey, don't you judge me, you bastard.
What do you guys got going on for the upcoming holiday?
Next week we are regular work, and then I have to be at my mother-in-law's house at like 9 a.m. on Christmas Eve to light the cocina because I have to roast pork for like 9 hours until dinner time. So yeah, it's a thing.
That's cool.
What do you got to light?
You gotta roast his pork.
No, before that, he had to do something else.
You gotta light the
conchina?
The pork conchina.
Yeah, the cocina I have to light early in the morning and then just sit there and babysit it all day.
Sounds fun.
Mm.
So Bill sent a message along here somewhere where he was like, "Yeah, and this is just saying." So Polaris has a net worth of $5 billion. Harley has a net worth of 4.9 and change billion. But the reason why the idea of Polaris buying Harley is ridiculous is Polaris's net worth is split amongst 5 billion different pieces, government contracts, Harley's is a motorcycle business. So Harley has a $5 billion motorcycle business. Polaris's entire portfolio is $5 billion. So no.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So Polaris isn't going to borrow against its boat division or its side-by-side division to invest in. It doesn't need to. I mean,
I wonder what the percentage is because Polaris. When I used to own an Indian, I was all pro Polaris, as every Indian owner is. And you start crawling up the ass of Polaris, and you find out that their government contracts business is huge. So, like the diesel side by side quick combat stuff they develop for the Marine Corps is 15% of their total portfolio. That one contract is.
Yeah.
Whereas their consumer products motorcycle business is not healthy at all. Go to an Indian dealer if you can find one. You walk in and they have 2-year-old bikes sitting there.
That sucks, Frederick.
No, it does. Trash?
Ooh.
Talking about trash. Feeling good. What about trash? I mean, I could definitely eat a taco. I wouldn't turn down a taco.
I wouldn't turn down a taco right now.
Monkey just DoorDash like
You
$50.
cut my farts with a knife.
What?
I don't know what that
Excuse me?
means. I didn't say it. Bagger Bader said it. You could cut my farts with a knife.
Okay.
Not sure
Okay.
what I'm not sure what that means. No. No guesses. Oh.
I'm ordering food. I can't seem to get an answer. My wife might be passed out on the couch.
She's ordering food. She won't answer.
I can't.
She don't need to eat. Women don't need to eat.
Evidently, she's probably passed out.
Where would she be sleeping at?
Probably on the couch, like right out there, but I gotta go look,
Oh,
and I'm not
yeah.
gonna. Woman! Dude, she might be out.
She's snoring.
Yeah, she hasn't answered nothing, so it might be bad. I might be on my own.
Order some tacos.
I might. Hey, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. Who's still in here? Who's in the chat?
Boosie says his temp's down to 100.
Oh my God. I guess that's good. Still seems high. Let's connect on the Indian slow sales.
The thing with Polaris is they don't split their sales out when they do their call, mate. When they do their call, they
If
don't.
Mrs. Monkey comes in with drool plastered to her face, the monkey puts her on. That would be great. I would pay to see that. I would totally pay to see that. I will say I appreciate everybody that's in here, still hanging out and watching us. I'm sure we're winding down. Probably be off pretty soon, but awesome that you guys stuck with us this long.
Evidently, I'm alone in the house.
What?
Yeah, I've lost my family. They're asleep. So,
But in the house.
though they're here, I'm just alone in that sense. So I need to go ahead and order what I want. So what are we gonna have?
Oh man.
Hmm.
What do you normally order?
Dude, look at me. Lots of stuff. Come on, man.
You probably have so many good food places near. Like we don't live in that world.
We don't have DoorDash.
We're in the fucking sticks, bro, and nothing
Oh,
delivers.
no. We got all the stuff. Taco Bell. Let's do Taco Bell because they don't like that. There's
Taco
anyway.
Bell delivers.
Yeah.
That's some shit.
My God, I'd be a fat mother effer, bro.
Have you seen me lately? Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
What do I want? Oh my god.
Oh.
All right. I probably need to deal with this and then deal with my darling
Yeah, man.
dragon dog.
Definitely. We appreciate you hanging out with us. It's been a
All right,
blast.
buddy.
We'll see you on the
Anytime, man.
next one. All right. Peace
Be
out.
good. See ya.
Later.
See you, JJ.
See you, buddy.
Bill, we're located in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. We are in southern New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. We appreciate you guys hanging on, watching tonight, having a good time with us. I think we're pretty much done for the night. You done for the night?
Done for the night.
Done for the night?
Tomorrow's another day.
Tomorrow is another day, but we really appreciate you guys hanging out, watching the live with us, shooting the comments in the side. Imagine Mrs. Monkey's surprise when she sees the for DoorDash. Yeah, I bet that's going to be interesting. But yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun. We've been on for over 4 hours now.
27 minutes.
What's that?
4 hours and 27 minutes.
Killing it. Love it. Awesome live. I appreciate it. So again, if you're still watching, we are wrapping up our fundraising efforts for Tunnel to Towers. You can go to the link that is linked at the top of the
YouTube chat.
top of the chat.
You can just go to www.baggersandbrews.com. Scroll down, you'll see a button that says donate here, and click that link, and it'll take you right to the page.
Right. So if you want to help us continue to raise money for Tunnel to Towers, that's the way to do it. If not, cool, whatever, no big deal. But it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys. It's been a pleasure spending 2024 trying to raise money for Tunnel to Towers. And we'll see you guys on the next one, which hopefully will be soon. All right. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Later.